Hello everyone, welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix. We are here at the Styrian Mountains and we are about 2 minutes into this qualifying session and the heavens have opened majorly here in the beautiful, picturesque Spielberg, albeit it's not very picturesque at the moment. It's the mist is in, the rain is setting, and it is absolutely appalling conditions here tonight. Oh, golly gosh, said indeed. Look at the raindrops absolutely streaming down the camera here as the drivers are coming out of the pits as well. And it is full wet tyres and to start our adventure here in Austria. 4 days of non-stop action, and here in Austria as well, of course, it was the Österreich ring, then it was the A1 ring, then of course I don't think it was named after that famous A1 boy band back in the late 90s, early 2000s, but now it is the Red Bull ring making a return to Formula 1 back in 2014. It was indeed. Right then, let's get on with it, shall we then? Because I think that we are very eager to get going. And here is Pillars as well. A lovely blue helmet there from Pillars. As Jonathan said evening, Sean Tango said evening. I hope you're doing well. I'm very well, my good sir. Apart from the fact that I'm still very absolutely I'm apoplectic at the moment now because there is no spray. There's a bit of spray actually. Look, there's spray there, but there's no spray when you're on the long shots, which is really annoying me at the moment. Now, as you can see, there's a puff of spray, but I want my spray back, please, Mr. and Mrs. Codemasters, if you'd be so kindest. Pillars is starting us up as well. He's not too concerned about the lack of spray. Sloth saying evening, Dylan saying evening, Gamer saying rain in quali, and a dry race for our Gamer has also tweeted its faults on the race as well, which is very good stuff indeed there. Of course, ex-Gamer, who's of course on the Twitter sphere, then hoping for a good race as well, aiming to get points here, saying then Sloth is not too fond, I don't think, of these wet weather conditions so far. Becca's gone, ooh, it's wet then. Indeed it is, and it is very wet conditions out there as well. Look at the raindrops and streaming down the camera lens as well. Let's go through the drivers and the constructor standings. Well, I think we'll do that in a minute because I think we may have a lull. But before we do so, let's just continue on with Pillars at the moment then, as he is just driving over the crest of the hill as well, and there he is as well. Look how dull it is. You can see in the background that luminous LED screen there. It's absolutely lighting up the background of the track there. Incredible. And there's a bit of spray there. Laguna, former gold driver, saying good luck gold then. 12.866, that is to start our journey here in Austria as well. So Pillars said doing a mighty fine job then to start us on our way then. So Pillars has come across the line quite nicely then. Who is going to be next across the line there? All streaming across the line, but I'm trying to see who is going to be the first one of the next driver then set time as well. Lovely helmet here from Pease, by the way. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Emerson's gone that second fast at the moment. Of course, he is the world champion. He has quite a I think that's quite a good record around here, if I'm not very much mistaken. Emerson does that. We'll take a look in at that in just a jiffy then. And Mortal's gone third fast as well then. So with wet weather qualifying, then German's gone at second fast at the moment. With wet weather qualifying, it's quite different to dry. And now I'm going to ask, you might be asking, why is that then? Apart from the obvious, where we got perspiration coming from out of the clouds, also we have got is the fact that the drivers have probably put on a few liters, a couple of laps of fuel. Then is Liam Yates forward to the. Oh gosh, Liam Yates off the circuit, and oh goodness gracious me then. And where is he? He is. I think he's gone off in turn number 3 or 4, I should say, and that is not good at all. So Liam Yates is out of qualifying on his return to ALR Gold after missing last week, I think. And that is not good at all. So Liam Yates looks like got on the curb there and it spun into the barrier now, unfortunately. So that is not good at all, is it? That Gamer's just gone that the slowest of the time runners so far for Gamer. Let's see if that is just a installation lap or if he just needs to push on a bit. Then Jonathan's also invalidated his time as well. Tango going over the hills as well. On board, lovely helmet design from Tango as well. Oh goodness me, what's that? That was a Alpine car just getting out of the way slightly. So yeah, of course with the rain coming down, and we do have slightly so in qualifying trim it's going to be slightly different now, isn't it? Because of course the drivers are going to be full with fuel. They're going to put in a lot of fuel in the cars there, and they're just going to go round and round. Then it's not good. The weight is not going to be too much of an issue tonight in qualifying, because it's all about momentum. It's all about confidence of the driver, and this is where the driver can really make a difference in these conditions. positions there. Liam, yeah, has left the session there. Now, I'm not sure if he's bitterly disappointed about that issue there or whatnot, but we'll find out in just a jiffy as well. But the Pillar's gone faster than as good stuff indeed. Then yellow flag is one of the Alpine cars. It's just getting away. We've also got McLaren getting out of the way as well. On board with Troy in the Ferrari coming over the crest of the hill as well. I love that shot, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. As we've got Mr. Lee, who's is that Immortal? Immortal is off the circuit in the Williams car. Oh goodness gracious, made it out of the final turn. And of course, Williams is not driving here tonight, so that is what Immortal is in for the Williams car. Troy coming across the line, and he has put himself into 6th fast. And good stuff indeed. Well, this is a very action-packed start to the Grand Prix, or the event here. Of course, remember, just to let you know, then we've got 4 days of action. Then someone has just popped themselves up into... has just popped themselves up into 5th position. I think that was Cartboy. It was Cartboy. Here comes Cowie in the Alpine car. In car 21, the Mr. Elite has retired from the session now. Oh gosh, he's off in the big way there. Goodness me, look at the background. As Cowie's teammate has got off. That's 2 retirements already. And that is not a good start at all for those 2 drivers. And goodness gracious me, sirs, wet. Is it a wet race too? No, it's not. I think my sources have told me. My sources, by the way, is Gamer. As a Pillar's gone fast still, he's flying out there. My sources is Gamer there, a multiple Grand Prix winner in silver, is said it's going to be a dry race. So it's just a wet qualifying session here, like we had in 2020 in the Styrian Grand Prix, or Austria 2, if you want to be a bit more simpler about life. Which you got to keep it simple with me, because I get so confused, I get so kerfuffled. I really do indeed. As I've just seen someone jump up a couple of positions. Well, I think that was Troy up into 5th position now. Here comes Jonathan Cox, 2-time Grand Prix winner. There's a wheel onto the start-finish straight as well. And that is not good at all, is it? Jonathan goes 5th fast. Jonathan was showing signs of improvement on his pace. Was the last one out? Unfortunately, I don't think he's seen the checkered flag, did he? Which is a shame now. No, someone's just jumped quite high up there. Is Tango, who's up in the 4th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Milan, Dan, and Scott is currently in the pits at the moment. Cowie into the final couple of corners as well. But we're going to look at Dynamo Dan. And oh goodness me, Dynamo Dan there. The car under rotating there, and he's off the circuit now. Oh, he's also smashed the RS board then. Goodness gracious me then. Got to say, that's vandalism there, Dynamo Dan. My goodness me. But he's still on for a lap then. He hasn't finished the lap just yet, and Murphy out of qualifying. And unfortunately, then I think Murphy has gone off to get maybe a cup of coffee, or perhaps he has done a Kimi Raikkonen and going to get a ice cream then, or maybe even a lollipop. I think that Dan Murphy's more of a lollipop man, if you ask me. Dynamo Dan and the other Dan. There's 2 Dans in the Red Bull team, isn't it? I bet that gets quite confused. It's a bit like 2015 when there was 2 very similar names. Because I thought it was Danny Fiat then, wasn't it? Or Daniel Fiat there, and of course Daniel Ricciardo. And there's still 2 Dans, wasn't it? So very similar to 2015 lineup of the Red Bull team in 2015, and a bit of 16. Out of final turn as well then, and coming up to the line then, Dynamo Dan goes at 14 fast then. Good stuff indeed. Cowie, who is in the middle part of the section, it's quite a short lap is this one is, so it's going to be one the shortest in terms of time then. Of course, we're still doing 12s in a full wet weather session there, so that is mighty quick, isn't it? Indeed it is. And look at the umbrellas, a lovely colour coordination, by the way, from the fans there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Absolutely loving that. Over across the line, and Cowie goes at 5th fast then. Good stuff indeed from Cowie. That's a cracking lap. Oh, is a Gamer spun the car at the top of the hill at turn 3 or turn 2, if you want to be like me. Oh, and that's a car off the circuit as well. That's a Dynamo Dan who's also parked there as well. This is getting very hair and scare at the top of the hill here in Austria. Oh my golly gosh then. And that is not good, is it? Unfortunately, look, Dynamo Dan has completely lost the wing section. Let me carry on. Let me catch up with the commenters, shall we? Jamie's saying he thinks it's raining. I can see spray. Is that an update? I see a bit of spray, but I don't think it's an update such, because I had a bit of a puffer spray in goodness me, it's getting very cluttered up there, isn't it? At the top of the hill, as Troy goes 7 passes. I think it's a bit of spray. Nothing more than we've got IG8 Live Esports saying, what's up, guys? And hello, IG Live. Hope you're well. We've also got Beck saying, what's happened to Elite and Liam then? Liam went off the track at turn 1 there. Elite went off the track at turn 10. Unfortunately, both out of the qualifying. They've had a huge impact with the on-co barrier, and they are out, unfortunately. So that is such a such a shame then. So it's Jamie was hypothesizing. That's not right either. Never mind. But that they might have came to blows, and they didn't come to blows. So they had their own accidents there, unfortunately. So as we're now just coming into the final couple of corners as well, as Becca does her her best impression of Valma from Scooby-Doo. We've got Danger Times in third position at the moment then. I haven't gone through the championship yet, but we've got 6 minutes to go. Then we might have a lull in this qualifying session, because if the driver could... Oh, no! And it's... Kart Boy, who's off the circuit. Oh dear, and he's gonna have to dust himself off, and away he goes then, and now accelerates it away then. So unfortunately, Kart Boy having a bit of a expiration around turn 4. Which I've given into it. Usually I do complain about there only being 9 corners on the circuit, but there's officially 10, isn't there, around this circuit? Of course, turn 1, turn 2 is not really a turn at all, but in MotoGP it is a turn, isn't it? And we've had some very scary incidents in MotoGP over the past couple of seasons here, haven't we? So I feel like there's a whisper about maybe putting a chicane in now. I'm not sure if that's going to be also interfering in the actual Formula 1 circuit, because I know this is a Formula 1 show, isn't it? But there we go. But of course, we try and keep it as open as possible in that kind of sense. If you get the cut of my jib, then as we're just now on board with Milan, and he's coming into turn 9 and then into turn 10 as well. The conditions are absolutely appalling. Of course, Milan, I think, and William are going to be over the moon with the result here. So it's Danger Times retired from the session there after that brilliant performance from Verstappen there. Great race, wasn't it, really? I was on the edge of my seat then throughout from start to finish there. It was a cracker, wasn't it? I wouldn't say it was a modern day classic, but I really do like the Scott is wrestling with that car there. Goodness me, then I gotta say he was really having to correct the steering quite a lot there for Scott, of course, formerly known as Chazza, now known as Scott. And here he comes out of the final turn. The spray, I love it. He comes out of the final turn as well and goes across the line and goes 10 fastest. Scott lives in about bottom 3 have already been decided, unfortunately. Mr. Elite 20th, 19th Liam, 18th is Murphy, 17th is Dynamo Dan. Peace is in 16th position. He's done 5 laps now, but he still hasn't sorted himself out. That is not very good then. Oh, goodness gracious me then. And just flying through the middle part of the lap as well, before accelerating and coming up to the final couple of corners as well. And let's see what we can do then. Flying into turn 9 and now into turn 10 as well. Of course, he don't take too much curve around there. This circuit is very much an error generator, isn't it? Gurman goes fast on a 12.4 there. Intermediate tyres there for Kart Boy, as we can see on the left-hand side tower. So those are the green marked shallow groove intermediate tyres, and for Kart Boy, he's the only driver which is even remotely looking like he is thinking about going on the intermediate tyres. Gurman's fastest, Pillars in second. Danger Times of 3.5 minutes to go. He's quite happy with his performance there, so he's called it a day. Gamer's now in the drop zone as well. Going to be focusing on Gamer at the moment now. I think the Tanger's just popped himself in the 5th leg. Good stuff deep there. As Emerson's gone fastest in the Ferrari in car 46, and he is now right up in a fast mode. We've also got Software, who went from intermediates back to the wet tyres almost in a twinkling of an eye. Dynamo Dan's found 3 seconds in the second sector. That is pretty immense there from Dynamo Dan. Car 2, Red Bull. Of course, Car 2 in the Red Bull, famous for Mark Webber. Is it going to be famous for Dynamo Dan as well? Over the line, and he goes into 16th fastest, found 3 seconds there, and is 0.2 of a second away from Nigel. Can Dynamo Dan get himself out of qualifying 1 then? I believe he can, and I believe he has the capacity. He just needs to make sure he keeps it clean and tidy and keep it on the island then, which everything around there is oh my oh goodness me. And everything around there is everything around the island is full of water, isn't there? A bit like Thunderbird Island, if anyone remembers Tracy Island back in the well, back when I was a young nipper. We got Gamer going 15 fastest. He is now outside the drop zone, so that is good stuff indeed there for Gamer. Can he stay there? Nigel is at 3,600 a second down. Then Nigel, for the second time in 2 weeks, is facing expulsion from qualifying. I mean, getting eliminated, not in terms of he's been a naughty boy. anyway. Hasn't, at least for the moment. German's gone fast, then yellow flags with Scott is now in the second. Then, of course, there's some great times going on. Then Gamer's had some issues at the top of the hill. Gamer's had some major issues at the top of the hill. Then just take a look to see where he is there. And that's well away from the traction zone there. Cardboard's retired from the session. That's well away from the traction zone there. So I'm not even sure how that's happened there for Gamer. But he's going to be kicking himself. And that is not very good at all, is it there? Oh, goodness gracious me. And German's done about 8 laps on these wet tyres. Very impressive stuff indeed. Dynamo Dan going for another bite of cherry. Nigel's invalidated this time. He has time for one more run if he can muster something up. That Jonathan into turn 10 as well. On board the British Italian driver Milan. I think he's just popped himself into a very solid full position. Good stuff indeed. Jonathan has got 9 fastest. 3 times a second. He has found in the Aston Martin car. Lovely stuff indeed. Immortal doing a great job. I'm liking this there. Of course, Immortal, a Super Sub. I think he's appeared in silver, bronze, and gold. And I think that he's really doing a great job there. Good stuff indeed there for Immortal in these very challenging conditions as well. Then, as we're just now on board with Dynamo Dan, and 2,000 a second up in the second split time as well. Then I'll get your comments in a minute, guys. I apologise. I'm trying to keep my eye on the action and my eye on the comments there, but I can't do 2 things at once. I wish I could, but let's be honest, that is an absolute failure because I am unfortunately a male. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know. It depends on what really floats my boat, really, doesn't it? In the moment now, I think a lot of the drivers that are being floated is floated by water. As Dynamo Dan has gone into 17 fast. He's got time for one more run, one more bite of cherry. So has Nigel as well. Nigel doesn't want to be out qualifying for 2 races in a row, does he? That is not good at all there for Nigel there. So let's see what the former world champion can do in ALR. And he is now dropping down the hill before coming back up the hill as well, but I'm going to stick with Dynamo Dax. He's found a 10th per second in the first split time. He is on his way. That is very good stuff indeed then. Oh gosh, I'm perspiring already, and I'm also wearing a white shirt, so that is not good, is it? Oh gosh, maybe I should have wore a black one. Total Peas is retired from the session there, so Total Peas, I think, is safe. He is safe. Sorry, I'm just making sure he's safe because I had a yellow flag down the bottom there, and Scott. My goodness me, great Scott indeed. He has now gone fastest there. Of course, Back to the Future quote, I love it. But yeah, great stuff indeed there for Scott. And he is fastest there. He's a 10th a second in front of German, who's second. So yeah, so brilliant stuff indeed then. The rain hasn't abated, has it though? I was expecting it to maybe abate in this session, but it is still a downpour out there at the moment. Dynamo Dan is through to qualify 2 at the moment there. What can Nigel do? As the checkered flag is now fluttering out there, but what could Nigel do? Then comes across the line. He is 17th, Nigel. He is out of qualifying. Oh my goodness me. Nigel down in 17th position there in the McLaren. He is not going to be a happy chappy about that one, is he? He is out of qualifying. That is a major blow indeed then. Oh goodness gracious me then. Sophie saying he hates the rain now, and gosh, I think I know 5 other drivers that probably hates the rain as well at this time. And Dynamo Dan, well, he's going to be absolutely overjoyed with this result. Then he's through into qualifying 2. Good stuff there from Dynamo Dan. Really got his flow going, didn't he? Oh goodness me, he's got his flow too much going there as he's off into the gravel. But Dynamo Dan there, maybe a bit of celebration there. So I think he'll be very happy at that. So good stuff indeed there for Dynamo Dan. He is through into qualifying 2. Unfortunately, Nigel is out of qualifying. And just say, look then, Ashley is back in ALR, wonderful. Good evening, guys, and great to see Ashley back in the cockpit of the McLaren when he returns on Wednesday night. Then good stuff indeed there for Ashley. Great stuff, Ben. It's Search Rush. Goodness me. Just giving a bit of banter on Diash himself. Great stuff indeed. IG8 Live saying, take it easy, commentator, do an excellent job. Don't lose your voice. I won't, my good sir. I will try and keep it as try and keep myself as less excitable as possible if I can. Kakarot Goku, evening guys. Hello Kakarot Goku, hope you're well. Serious Russian evening, and Gamer was improved by 2 tenths a second. He was pushing hard there. Unfortunately there. As Emirates saying, Ashley, my dog has that 4 legs there. Track evolution is high then, and we've also got Jan McLaren and saying JD Thomas is going to make it today then. Welcome to the stream as well, Jan. Brilliant stuff to have you indeed then. Josh saying Wednesday, Sleepy Sean, I think it's Tuesday. Yes. I don't even know the days, do I? That is absolutely appalling, isn't it? Of course, it's Tuesday bronze, Monday silver, and Wednesday is cobalt, isn't it? Of course, Sunday is gold, which is what we're here to say is gold day here today. And there's Nigel there is just put 3 words there. He hates this game, unfortunately, Nigel does that. And let's take a look at the classification from qualifying 1. It is Scott who's at the fastest so far in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo right to the top of the standings there, which is good stuff indeed. So we'll talk about Alfa Romeo and the constructors in just a jiffy, but I think before we do so, we'll take a look at the bottom 5 drivers. Mr. Lee, unfortunately, out qualifying. He had a crash. So did Liam, yeah, as well. Murphy's gone to get some ice cream then. He is down in 18th position there. Nigel down in 17th, and Gamer down in 16th position as well, unfortunately. It's both those 2 drivers coming from silver this season, unfortunately having a bit of a rough spell in qualifying 1. Dynamo Dan is through into qualifying 2. That was a great lap there from Dynamo Dan. We was keeping an eye on that, wasn't we? Dynamo Dan's lap there. Really good stuff indeed. And he is through into qualifying 2. Congratulations to Dynamo Dan. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? I need to get rid of all these notifications as well, because I can't see the top of my phone anymore. Don't worry, I'm not. It's not because I'm a popular Joe by any stretch of the imagination. It's anything but, really. I just... Ooh... I think the rain is eased off us. I reckon that's intermediate tire. It is intermediate tires. Yes, indeed it is. Good stuff. Anyway, the the standings in the championship is like this. Emerson still leads the world championship. Remember, Emerson could potentially be a 3-time world champion by the end of this season, which will be matching in real world of Formula 1 in terms of Nelson Piquet, Ayrton Senna. My gosh, then, goodness me, that's incredible. To say the least, said absolutely fantastic. It really is, isn't it, to be a 3-time world champion. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Of course, at the moment he has matched the great double world champions of I think his namesake Emerson Fittipaldi. Wasn't he a double world champion in 72 and 74? Fittipaldi, not Fittipaldi. We also have Mika Hakkinen, one of my favourite all-time double world champions as well, of 98 and 99 as well then. Incredible 17. Of course, Granty is our other double world champion as well at the moment, but unfortunately Granty no longer races with ALR for the minute, but he is now coming back at it. As Emerson was coming on to circuit there. And of course, Nigel, our single world champion at the moment as well. So brilliant stuff indeed. That, of course, the other triple world champion. I'm struggling to figure who the other triple world champions was. Of course, we've got Jackie Stewart, a world champion of 69, 71, and 73. I think so. Gosh, Sarah. I think it's good. I'm quite. Oh my word, there. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah, Jackie Stewart is a 3-time world champion. Sort my life out, goodness me. Right then, anyway, there's me going on a tangent. I should have been talking about the drivers and the constructors, but there we go. Anyway, yeah, Emerson is leading the world championship. 2 points in front of German. Of course, German, a silver world champion. Can he become the first driver in history to win the silver and the gold world championship? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Total P's, 22 points adrift at the moment from the standards, but he won the race in fine style in France there, and I think that is going to be a very, I would say that Pease is going to be elevating himself quite high up now. I would hazard a guess, and after that brilliant performance in France, he is going to have a lot of momentum. 4th position is Danger Times, and Danger Times has really struck it high in the so far this season. A win and a 2nd position there. If he can get some more points on the board, then Danger Times is going to be a danger, pun intended, to the top 3. Tango in at 5th position there. This is his first season where Tango can really make a fight of things as well. Milan has had the pace in qualifying, just not, but unfortunately the race has been a bit unlucky. Murphy in 7th position, Cartboy is 8th, and Liam in 9th position, and Scott is in the top 10 as well. Relegation zone is Jonathan, William and Cowie. In the Constructors' Championship, the only difference is the Mercedes have got in front of the Williams car. McLaren leads 11 points in front of the Ferrari team in 2nd position. Mercedes is third with Williams in 4th, and Haas is up into 5th. And we're just watching one on screen now. Alfa Romeo 6th, Red Bull 7th, Aston Martin 8th, Alpine is a point behind him, and AlphaTauri currently at the bottom of the stands there. But of course, they wouldn't be in the bottom of the stands, but unfortunately, they have a 10 points deduction there over the course of the season thus far. Milan's gone faster, but Pillars just before I can even finish my sentence, Pillars got 2nd fastest, or he was fastest, but now Emerson was now 3rd fastest. Danger Thompson is now 2nd as well. Goodness me, guys, you need to give me a chance to catch my breath there. Oh my word. Mortal has gone across the line in 5th position as well. Sloth is in 6th position. I think the Sloth is, I'm sure that one of the I'm sure, wasn't it Curly, Becca, and Serious Rush talking about Sloth a couple of streams ago and saying that he was probably one of the drivers that has really improved a lot, and I would definitely agree with that. One absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. Out of the final turn then from Cowie, and Cowie comes across the line. Gurman's gone fast there, about 4,200 second improvement there on the current best time, which is Pillars, and Cowie has gone 8 fast as well. Good stuff indeed there. Jonathan, we got sparking from underneath the tray of Jonathan there, and we just seen someone else pop up as well. I think it's Troy who's got into 10th position. He has indeed that. Goodness me, they're going through thick and fast. Jonathan, we're just sticking with now. We're going to stick with Cart Boy for the minute, as he is now in the second section as well. Still light rain out there at the moment, so we transitioned from heavy rain to light rain now. So we've got the shallow groove tyres and the intermediate tyres. That's exactly what they say on the tin. It's in between the 4 wet and the 4 slick compound tyres. Cart Boy finished second runner-up last season, didn't he? I got to say, it was Cart Boy's incredible consistency that got him second last season, and I think he's going to be, after his Canadian Grand Prix performance there and France last week, that is where his consistency is now starting to really roll back into, really roll himself back high up the order, I would say. As we're just watching Pease, who's got 6 fast, but I'm just trying to catch up with Jonathan. There he is, there he goes, and up into Jonathan goes 11 fast now, about 500 a second away from Dynamo Dan. Yellow flag in 1. There's a Cart Boy. I think it's just getting out of the way. He is getting out of the way. Tango has retired from the session there. Oh no, he's in the wall. Tango's in the wall. He is out of qualifying. Oh goodness me, and this early stage there, that is not good at all. Let's take a look at, oh gosh there, and it is a very painful, I think he got on the curb on the outside there and spun it into the Armco barrier. He is out of qualifying. Tango is there, and I was saying earlier on about how much of an improvement he's had this season. Commentators curse once again, unfortunately. I apologise to Tango profusely. And all about his teammate Milana coming across the line as well as he goes going through the gate. Oh, goodness me, that's a mortal off the circuit there, and his front wing there is taking a bit of a knock, hasn't it, there, as the car is trying to find himself back onto the circuit there, and shamefully for mortal as well, he's still got the default helmet and number as well, so I shake my head in disapproval. What about Sloth Ben? Is Sloth on a lap at the moment? He is not on a lap because he's doing a recharging the battery there. Yes, albeit you don't need to do much recharging in these conditions, do you? But still, the battery does need a lap off and a lap on then. Scott, something come on the pitch just yet. What about Gurman as he arrives and drives there through 9 and 10, then accelerated into the final couple of corners as well. I love the spray. I see spray occasionally, but that's about it. He's gone into a 10-3 now. He has lowered that. He's lowering that limbo bar, isn't he? Goodness me, how low can you go there? Goodness me, and Gurman is very, very much going low as well. Look at how much the rain has abated, and there's hardly anything coming from the sky now. Oh my word, that this might be last man across the line, and Milan's had a problem now. So is Total Peace as well. Bob Cart Boy, he is on his journey. Emerson's had a problem as well. Emerson in the lower reaches of the top 10 at the moment. What about Cowie, who's at the top of the hill? Then Tango's our first victim of qualifying too, unfortunately. I think we might see some dry tyres out at the end of this session there. As Serious Russia with a very good qualifying, saying, nah, it's too wet. And yes, it was too wet, wasn't it there? But now it's really drying up quite quickly. But it's still dull out there. Now, I can't see any sunshine breaking through the clouds at the moment. So it is still very dull out there. And in that shot there, I think the rain is getting heavier there. And Serious Road saying, Jeff's a fool then. Artie Weedhead was into the comments. Well, good evening, Artie Weedhead, of course, the bronze driver as well then. Great stuff indeed then. Serious Road saying, me complimenting someone? Never. So it must have been Curly or Becca then. There was commented, but no, I'm sure that they was having a good discussion, wasn't there, about as Gurman comes across the line again. I've lost my train of thought there. Cowie has gone across the line and he's now with the 10th position there. Soft Fair, who's 1900 second better in the first sector, but he's abandoned that time, and I think here comes Dynamo Dan, who hasn't abandoned this time now. He's really putting the pedal down as well. Jonathan is not a fan of Immortals racing line, as he was on the lap by the looks there, and unfortunately Immortals impeded him, unfortunately. So Jonathan is not very happy about that. Unfortunately, Jonathan is down in 14th. But I think good news for Jonathan from point of view though is that he might be able to find some time. Well, he will find some time in that lap then if he had to take evasive action there. So Jonathan knows where that time is then, and he can improve on that then. So good stuff from Jonathan. But unfortunately, he has to go out and do it again now, doesn't he? Of course, it's all well and good saying it, but you have to go and do it as well, don't you? Luckily, I don't have to do anything. I just have to sit here and like a fool and just keep talking absolute nonsense. As down going to 13 fastest at the moment. Sloth is now going for a lap. Then we're going to leave leaves Sloth to it for a bit. Then it's Cowie cruising back into the pits, and it's impressive performance from Cowie at the moment. It's really impressive indeed then. Here comes the Ferrari going over the crest of the hill as well then. And now he flies down into turn 9 and 10 as well. Car 70, Troy, the silver world champion. We've got 2 silver champions in here this season, haven't we? And I've got to say, absolutely brilliant. So we've got 4 champions in total, haven't we? With Nigel, with Emerson, a double world champion. With Troy, the champion of silver. With German, the champion of silver as well. Goodness gracious me, there's champions. I love it. Of course, bring on the champions, I say. Pillars is finding some time then, but the second and final section is at the limit of those intermediate tyres. Is the tyres overreacted? I think the rate has stopped, has it? We got some droplets there. That's a Mercedes off. It's Pease is off the grass there. He needs to get back on pronto before he gets disqualified. I'm very nervous about that. The drivers there where they stop for a prolonged period of time then. Of course, because Codemasters doesn't have I suppose they are artificial. I suppose you can't really say too much, can you, about Codemasters? I suppose we're all playing it now, aren't we? But yeah, unfortunately, if you stay in the route to the same spot for a long period of time, DRS has been enabled. My word there. And I was seeing a couple of drivers going out onto these slick tyres. I was very much thinking about the idea. Well, they are going onto it now. Then, so I was thinking it was way too early. My goodness me, Jonathan there, who's in 12th position about that. Immortal, who's just on a lap at the moment. Now, he's just started this lap then. Immortal has. I'm wondering if he might abandon this one, come back into the pits there. Danger Times is just behind him as well. I'm not sure if Danger Times on the lap there, but I think both Williamses are not going to be too pleased with sending each other out quite close together there. So they're going to have to come back in the pits anyway. But Immortal's found a 10 for a second there. Is he going to abandon this one? No, he isn't. So Immortal is staying out there. It's a short, sharp lap around here, isn't it? So potentially he can get a lap and then come back into the pits. This might be a banker, but he's lost 2 tenths a second in that final sector. So Immortal had a hellaciously poor final sector there. Mr. Lee is back in the session. That's cracking stuff indeed. I'm looking for the first slick runner out on circuit there. Scott doing a very good job there in the second section. He's done a very good final section as well. Almost half a second improvement in that final sector there from Scott in the Alfa Romeo. He is now in 4th position. Whisker behind his teammate. I say Whisker. If you line the 2 cars up next to each other, you wouldn't be able to see who's in first and who's in second there in the Alfa Romeo squad. That's brilliant stuff indeed there. As we got Pillars there who's invalidated his time then. The track around there is I think in the wet, it is much more difficult to invalidate your lap than it is in the dry, because you want to stay off those slippery curbs there, don't you? They are quite slippy at the best of times on this game, but especially in the wet conditions. However, in the dry, when you attack the corners more, you'll be when you attack the corners more, you're more likely to spin around, don't you? And spin around, or even get a track extension or a corner cut, which Immortal's into the wall there, and it's a very pedestrian spin there for Immortal. Unfortunately, he has damaged the end plate as he spins the car around, and they just now coming back into the pits, and he's got 3 minutes to go. And no one's out on circuit yet, but I tell a lie, because there is the other Williams coming out on circuit. If I'm not very much mistaken, it is Danger Times then, who is the first driver on slick tyres on the medium compound tyre as well then. So he's in the middle range then of the 3 compounds of tyres around here. The Series Russian, all 14 drivers, all 14 cars, all on track in the final 2 minutes on a very short lap anyway. Then we're expected last season's pole position time was a 102 by Emerson. There was last season's pole position, and I think that's the all-time lap record around here as well. And so a 62-second lap then with 14 drivers and cars on circuit. It is going to be Bedlam. Is it Bedlam? Anyone remember that game Bedlam on the old Sky, where you had to, I think it's very similar to Tetris kind of thing, wasn't it? Well, it was similar to Tetris, or maybe Candy Crush actually. I used to love playing that game. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what's going to be on the circuit as well. Car 97 is Danger Times, and so the track is quite dry out there. So we are expecting now, from now on to the end of the event tonight, we are going to have dry conditions then, as we got yellow flag in sector 2. I think it's drivers just getting out of each other's way, and Danger Danger Times is the first star with 2. Oh my goodness me! He almost went to the back of a pillars, I think it was, and Danger Times had to take a face of action. Oh my goodness me, it's 1.2 seconds up in the first sector. Remember as well, though, when you get through the qualifying 3, you have to start on these tires, which is setting your fast time on now. So you cannot take too much tire life out of these tires, and otherwise it's going to hurt you in the race as well. The race coming up tonight then, which is straight after the qualifying session, albeit in about 20 minutes time. Of course, we got 36 laps around this short circuit as well. And I'm not on about the movie either. And we're just now in the second section. It's now 5 seconds up, or 4.5 seconds up if you want to be more precise. And if you want to be accurately precise, it's 4.6 seconds as well. And I can't remember the other decimal points there. So that's as far as I'm going to go. Danger Times in turn 9 then. Now into turn 10, car 97. And let's see what he can do then out of the final turn. Where he is. There is the Williams car. Accelerates away. And what can he do? He's done at 037 on the greasy circuit there. So that's a pretty mega time there from Danger Times there. Right out of the gate as well. Right out of the blocks. That's mega stuff indeed. Jonathan is on the soft tires. And who else out there? We've got Milan. We have got Gurman in the second section. We've got Pillars there also coming up to finish. Well, he's in the middle section there. Dino Dan's also in the middle section as well. I think Gurman is going to be the first driver. Who's on the lap then to go quicker in 4.1 seconds in the second sector for Gurman there. So I'm comparing it to, oh my gosh, there's cars all over the show here. This could get very interesting indeed then. Out of the final turn then, and into the final sector as well, and accelerates now. Then there's a bit, there's sunshine there bursting through the moody clouds there. Over the line, Gurman goes second faster. Dino Dan, it's only 6 tenths of a second away from Gurman. That's a cracking time indeed. Carboy as fast as he's on the soft tires. Carboy said he wanted to make sure he's through. What about Jonathan? Jonathan's fastest. And as that pull himself through then. And Milan is only 6th faster than that. Has he got enough time to get out and set a time run then? And here he goes as well. As we've got a car in the pits. Oh, sorry, it's Tango, isn't it, in the pits there. Infamous Pillars has gone into second fast. Well, lovely sunshine now. Look at that. That's beautiful sunset here tonight in Spielberg. Really good stuff indeed there. I think I just said someone else coming across the line as well. It's that Danger Times then, who's dropped down to 5th position. Cowie's up to 7th. Sloth is finished up then. Scott has now gone fast. And Pease has now gone faster still, and these times are tumbling like a fruit machine. What about the Ferrari? What about Emerson coming across the line as well? Here comes the Ferrari. Emerson goes third fastest. That should see him safely through as well. There is still time on the board there. We got McLaren out there. Gurman's had to go for a second bite of cherry. His first time wasn't quick enough. Mimoto is just about in, but I don't think he's going to be safe on that run of form. Then out of the final turn, then Gurman goes 5th fastest. That should be safely through. What about Troy? Troy is out qualifying. Carboy goes faster still. Troy is out of qualifying. Milan is also out of qualifying as well. Can he muster up something in the final lap? And he can. He's second fastest. What about Cowie? And what about Danger Times and Ballet? There's time shows between Cowie and Danger Times and who is going to be through into a qualifying number 3 as well. Out of the final turn then for Cowie. Let's see then as here he comes over the grid hatch as well for the Alpine car. He is through. He is through into qualifying number 3. Danger Times, who was the first driver to put the intermediate tyres on there, the dry tyres on, is out of qualifying, and he is going to be bitterly disappointed with that one, isn't he? Out of qualifying, unfortunately. So is Troy, so is Immortal, and so is Dynamo Dan. Then goodness me, then we've got some major players that have unfortunately bit the dust at the second qualifying session there. Goodness gracious me, then. Oh my word, that, and that is such a shame then, isn't it, for those 5 drivers then who are unfortunately knocked out qualifying. Serious Russian saying Bedlam, where baby Jesus was born, or Indian Jesus then perhaps. And yes, we've also got Vintage saying good evening Vintage, and great stuff indeed that. But unfortunately it's not great stuff for the 5 drivers then who have unfortunately bit the dust this second qualifying session. And we're going to just take a look at those 5 drivers now. Top of the standings then is Cartboy, and he is going to be very happy with that, isn't he? Only 3 drivers have gone on the soft tyre option, which is Jonathan, Cartboy and Sloth. Everyone else is now on the medium compound tyres. Out of qualifying then is Tango down in 15th position. He didn't get a chance to qualify on the dry tyres because he had a big smash, didn't he? In 14th position is Dynamo Dan. Immortal in 13th. 12th is Troy. Danger Times in 11th position. I wonder if Danger Times came out a bit too early there, and that has cost him a chance to be into qualifying 3, albeit by 0.04 of a second there. Unfortunately, that's a shame for those 5 drivers there as we go into qualifying 3. Remember last season's pole position time and all-time lap record around here, if I'm not very much mistaken, which I don't think I am actually. I am not indeed then, goodness me. blimey, I'm right for once. Is there's of course there is Emerson there. We've got a 102.707. The track has been very greasy, hasn't he? So I'm not really too sure if if we're going to get those kind of times here tonight. And this might be the last time we would see quick times around here as well, times like that, because before we get into the 2022 cars. And having said that, I am jumping too far ahead of myself because we are expecting one more race here next season in season 7 of ALR, aren't we? So goodness gracious me! So we might see that record broken. Then the race lap record around here, is actually set by Knowlesy from last season as well. So 248 then. As out of the pits now comes the Alfa Romeo driver. Jonathan is very happy there. He's got another qualifying free appearance there. Good stuff indeed. Jack M467 saying, yo, good evening. Yo, Jack, hope you're well. Great stuff indeed then. Troy saying he should have gone for soft tires. As Troy unfortunately ruined his luck then as he is out of qualifying. Now, look at how sharp that turn is there. I remember someone crashing to the barrier there last year, if I'm not very much mistaken, in silver. I don't like to mention any names, but I'm going to on this occasion. I think it was Becca. It was Welshman who went to the barrier on the inside barrier there, which is a shame. But I remember quite fondly. Well, fondly? No, I don't remember it fondly too. I remember it quite vividly, to be honest. I think that may have cost her a very good podium here tonight, last season, unfortunately. Of course, I do remember a lot of the pit lane mishaps. I also remember Farsh mishap in the pre-season in Australia a couple of seasons ago as well, which really tickled me. Which really tickled me as well. Unfortunately, what didn't tickle me is when Coolfight crashed into the barrier in Adelaide, which I bring up every other stream, basically, don't I, there, because I'm very sore about it still, as that could have been David Coolfight's second ever Grand Prix win in Formula 1 there, and that would have been a second Grand Prix win for Williams as well, and that would have been a perfect send-off then, as he was being replaced by the incoming Jacques Villeneuve, who went on to win the World Championship in 1997 for the Williams Renault. So there you go, that's a brief history there. Liam D saying, good luck, Golden. Great to have Liam D in the comments as well. Good stuff indeed, Dennis. We have now got 6 drivers. We've got all drivers on the circuit then, but I think 5 drivers are on. 6 drivers is on a time lap at the moment then. And then just coming down the hill as well into turn 4 there. 3 DRS zones around here, so we're spoiled for choice then. So are we going to be spoiled for overtaking as well then? Well, I must say then that I think every race we've had here at ALR has been very impressive, has been very good indeed. This track is short and simple and fast, but I think it's the fastest lap in the whole of it. Oh, Pillars has unfortunately gone too wide there. He has been slapped with a track extension there. He's going to have to go around again, unfortunately. This is the shortest lap in terms of time in all of ALR this season, isn't it there? So the grid is going very bunched together. Milan's in front of as well on the final bite of the cherry. Unfortunately, Gurman then the third time's a charm. And what about Gurman there? Over the line there he comes in, and Gurman goes fast on a 3.3 there. Good 70 then. Emerson goes across the line as well. Emerson goes second faster. Goodness me, he's a whisker away at the moment. 300 seconds. But Topes has got the total package. He is on pole position at the moment there by 2/10 of a second there. That is incredible. That is night and day at the moment. That's really impressive there. Fantastic. Jonathan in third position as well. Fourth. Look at the times there. 031 there is Topes. He's the odd driver out at the moment now. And we've got Cardboard going 4 fastest now. Oh my gosh, Sky is now into the ones as well. He is 700 a second away at the moment. This is incredible stuff there. Absolutely brilliant. Cowie's going at 7 fast at the moment on a 3.6 and a free for Cox. A free for Hilton, a free for Cartboy, a free for Gurman as well. This is incredible stuff, isn't it? Milan Zavade, so he's going to come back into the pit. So what about Sloth Fed? Sloth is on a run at the moment. Is he going to complete this lap? Then yellow flag in front of us, and it's Total Peas who is gone right off the track there. He's there or somewhere. Goodness me, Total Peas there who's practicing his cross country, and goodness gracious me. But we're just staying with Sloth on and over the crest of the hill as well, flicking it into turn number 9 as well. Not going too wide. That is inch perfect out from Sloth. Absolutely bon appetit then for Sloth out of the final turn, and I think Jonathan's going around again then, and Sloth goes third fast. That's amazing stuff indeed there. Jonathan is invalidating his time there, and he has time for another run then easily, because it's such a short lap around here. Cowie's in the pits. Cowie's got some bad his time. Sloth is on a very solid third position, but great stuff indeed. Serious Russia, Villeneuve for TikTok, the most hated. I must say, when I first watched Jacques Villeneuve, I was a big fan of Jacques Villeneuve, mainly because I really disliked Michael Schumacher back in his heyday. when he was driving for Ferrari. I must say, I wasn't the biggest fan, but it's funny how like your opinion changes or something, isn't it? Because I think in Schumacher's second stint for Mercedes is when I really started to appreciate Schumacher. Started to appreciate Schumacher. I've seen a different side to him when he came back to Mercedes. He was much more relaxed and he was much more relaxed. And I think he took F1. I wouldn't say less seriously, but because he like done it all basically. He was. It felt like he was definitely doing it for more of what Kimi Räikkönen's doing it now, really, as a hobby kind of thing, isn't it? But yeah. So So it's quite now. Jack Villeneuve. I wouldn't say I dislike Jack Villeneuve, but I think that sometimes some of his opinions are a bit in the air there. But there we go. Anyway, he says Slough comes into the pit as well. Dan Tickton. Well, unfortunately. He's not the nicest of chaps in the world, is he, Dan Tickton, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he's also thrown away his chance to be in the Williams F1 seat as well after some, was it some untoward comments there to Nicholas Latifi, unfortunately, which is not very nice. And I think Nicholas Latifi I think he's done a very good job, actually, in Hungary, didn't he? Very good job indeed. Nicholas Latifi did an amazing job in Hungary. And I think he did a good job in Belgium as well, in absolutely adverse weather conditions. Good stuff indeed then. Serge Rush saying that Kimi Räikkönen needs a new hobby now, doesn't he? I wonder what Kimi Räikkönen tries. I think that Kimi Räikkönen could. I wonder if he might dip his toe back into rallying then. I don't think he enjoyed rallying though, did he? Too much when he was in the WRC in 2010 and 11. And it's Serge Rush saying that Kimi for ALR. We would love to have Kimi for ALR, wouldn't we? But I'm not sure if I'd like to see him talk to him on the podium now. I have enough troubles with Farf when he gets on the podium. But there we go. Then I think that people like I think Kimi and Farf don't really like people like me that ask silly questions, do they? Really, they don't like any of the nonsense. They just want to get in the car and drive as fast as they can, don't they? And you cannot disagree with that to one iota, can you? Milan then, who hasn't set a time just yet, but I wonder if he's going for 3 runs here because he has enough time. He has about 5.25 minutes to go in this session as we come over the crest of the hill and into turn number 10 as well. Also the final turn there for McLaren. I was about to say Villeneuve because I see the comment there. And Milan goes third fast. Of course, Milan, who's been on pole position twice so far this season, which is the most of any driver this season. That just shows how incredibly close this World Championship is turning out to be. Is that Toppi's invalidated his time, so he's going to have to go around again. Emerson's also invalidated his time as well. German has no. He's 5th fastest in on the road at the moment. Coming across the line then, and German goes. He's lost 3 seconds somewhere, so German has had to have another bite of the cherry there. Toppi's is staying out then, so he's going for another bite of the cherry as well. Emerson's not then. He has had enough. He's coming back into the pit. Said Cardboy 2/10 a second up. He's invalidated his time somewhere. Cardboy outside. He's going to be kicking himself. Jonathan coming across the line as well. We're going to stick with Charlie for now then. And here is Scott then going into the second time intermediate split time before going up and over the crest of the hill. Where is he? I can't see him because we're just looking at the Haas car. Over the crest of the hill he comes in. Milan's invalidated his time again. He's got 4 minutes to come in there, change those tires and go back out. They should have enough soft tires because we've had rain affected sessions, haven't we? It's a beautiful day. And Scott's on pole position then for the Alfa Romeo. And that will be his first pole position. We're in the twos here. Fantastic stuff here tonight then. What was the all-time lap record around here? I think we're 2/10 a second away at the moment. We are indeed. It's a 2:7 then. Can we break that all-time lap record here tonight in Austria? Well, if we can, I'm going to be falling off my chair in disbelief then, because we've had rain affected sessions and they're still on the edge of lap records. It's beyond me. It's beyond me, mortals, isn't it? Like myself, absolutely incredible stuff. But as Jonathan comes back into the pit, set Pillars is out on the on track moment then. So at the moment then, the Alfa Romeo's a bookend in the top 10 then. Scott on pole position then for the first time this season then for Chaz. I'll keep saying Chaz for Scott. He's been on pole position before. I see. He would love to get a second pole position of his career, and at the moment now he is very much destined to do so. There's a pillar there. It's just on the in-lap at the moment. The only question I do have is, I think Scott's in the pits now then. So Scott is in the pits there, so I think he'll be able to defend himself as well. Tago saying, especially Villeneuve singing leaves something to be desired. That his voice was beautiful, like nails on a blackboard or a chalkboard or something like that. And yes, goodness me, in that horrible screech. I'm not sure if any of you, anyone really dislikes it when you like have a fork or a knife on the plate and you just scrape the plate there, and it really goes through you, don't it? Luckily for me, it doesn't affect me at all, but I know it really upsets my sister, so I do it quite a lot. We're just watching Pillars coming across now and up into turn 3 then. So he's a bit out of sync, Pillars at the moment, isn't he? He hasn't got a time on the board though, has he? So he really needs to get this lap sorted quite quickly for Pillars. Remember, Pillars has he been on pole position this season? I hear you last said, and I'm just checking my old spreadsheet. Indeed, he has. He was on pole position at the Spanish Grand Prix, wasn't he? Pillars was. He has won one Grand Prix in his career as well. Pillars has said. I was expecting to add to his account, but he hasn't just yet, has he? Of course, he won in Abu Dhabi in the final race of the season last season. So I wonder if Pillars, he's only got 2 minutes to go. Is he going to ban this time and come back into the pit center, or has he got a bit more? In his fuel tank now to go for his 2-time runs, Edward? But Pillars out of the final turn then, and let's see what he can do. Pillars goes second fastest at Alfa Romeo 1-2 here in Austria. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. Then 200 seconds separate Scott and Scott and Pillars. That's absolutely fantastic. And I've lost the driver I was going to be looking out for. German in second, in fifth position mode. Cowie's invalidated his time, unfortunately. Chaz is on and out lap at the moment. And who was it? I think it might have been Milan. And is he the furthest driver around then on a lap? I think he is as he comes into turn 4. Look at those long shadows ahead. As of course, as it is a lovely evening here in Spielberg, isn't it? Serious Merchant saying strange not saying Chaz. Switch it back, Charlie. As now we got to Milan in the second sector. 2-2-2 in the second sector for Milan there. The goodness me then. That's absolutely brilliant there for Milan. Can he get pole position for the 3rd time this season? And it'll be for the 10th time in his career in ALR as well. Oh gosh, there he's well off the circuit there, but he's not invalidated his time there, Milan. I said if this is pole position, that might be a bit it is pole position there by 0.27779 there, and that's almost a lap record, but he was well off the circuit there, so I'm not sure what the stewards might make of that. And German second fast at the moment in the McLaren. Oh no, he isn't. He's full fast. I don't know where I am then. What about Pease out of final turn, and Pease is second fastest there. He's on the front row of the grid. Oh goodness gracious me now. And we got the other we got Soffa over the line as well. He's gone 6th fast about it. What about the Alpine now? Cowie coming across the line, and Cowie has unfortunately I think that was his outlap there, so Cowie still has time on the board there. Jonathan's invalidated in the final lap there, final corner there. He's going to be kicking himself there, but luckily we've got time on the board then to sort this out. Emerson is in a very difficult place and currently down in 8th position at the moment, isn't he? Out of the final turn there for Emerson, going across the line, and let's see what Emerson could do. He is 6th fast. Emerson is there. That's the highest he's going to be here tonight. Emerson is there in the Ferrari. German's invalidated his time. P's. Pillars has finished his time. There's too many P's in this league. It's like, goodness gracious me. Why were there? Out of the final turn then. Oh, and Scott's gone off first. Scott has gone off and he's invalidated his time. That's it. Scott is not going to take pole position. What about P's out of final turn? Well, P's has also done the same. They're taking too much speed in turn 10, but it's all or nothing. That's what we want to see, isn't it? Carboy is in the middle sector as well. Sloth going across the line. He's 6th fastest, Sloth is. That's magnificent. What about Cowie coming across the line? Cowie's 8th fast as well. Carboy 10th for a second of Jonathan's invalidated his time again, unfortunately. So now it's Carboy. Carboy's invalidated as well. It is going to be Milan on pole position then for the 3rd time this season. Milan there really nailed it, didn't he? However, there is, I wonder if there's going to be a bit of unhappy drivers there for how far he went off the circle in turn 9, perhaps. Whether he gained time or not, though, remains to be seen. But nevertheless, in the stat book, in this moment in time, then it is Milan on pole position then for the Austrian Grand Prix. Wow, incredible stuff indeed there. Absolutely brilliant. There he is, and that's 1,600 seconds between himself and Total Peace. That is the front row. That is a very good front row as well there. Milan is going to be overjoyed with this result. Then Peace in seconds, and then we're going all out for a Romeo. Row 2 then. I think that Scott and Pillars will be a bit disappointed then as they couldn't get a final timing right at the very end then. They're 3rd and 4th. German 5th and 6th. Emerson 7th with Cowie in 8th, and Cartboy and Jonathan 9th and 10th. That's the perfect top 10 for me. I'm loving this. Nigel saying, "Let's have some fun tonight." Then, Serge Mercer, Milan is the goat. Then Serge Mercer say, "We will." Nigel, your racer, Jonathan saying, 2 times now I've been held up on the racing line. Then, and that is and so Jonathan, a very unhappy chappy on that one there. Jeepers, that time difference there. As Scott saying, "How way then?" As sorry, John there from Cartboy as well. Right, as we go into the Grand Prix itself, and great to have the drivers along for the stream there as well. But I think that they're now going to be taking their social media hats off there, pulling their helmets on now as we are about to get started for the Austrian Grand Prix here in the beautiful Styrian Mountains as well. And so really look forward to this. And was, I got to say, Cartboy and really holding his hands up on that one where Jonathan got held up there. Unfortunately, so Jonathan down in 10th position now. Is that going to be detrimental to his own campaign here tonight? So Milan then at the moment there is dominating the pole positions this season, isn't he? So far he's got 10 on his record book now. He's got 3 in this season as well. Absolutely magical stuff, this right now. On the road to the Austrian Grand Prix. Then this is round 7 then of ALR. Usually it's round 10 or something like that, isn't it? But it's only round 7. We're usually about the halfway mark when we come to Austria. Of course, last season in Formula 1 2020, the actual World Championship, it was of course round 1, which was very old. Then 3 drivers on the soft tires in the top 10 on used soft tires as well. That is Sloth, that is Cartboy, that is Jonathan Gamer, the only other driver on the soft tire, but he's on fresh soft tires in 16th position. Here we go then. And now let's go for the grid, shall we? 36 laps around here. A lovely Danger Times is stuck on the grid there. Hopefully he can get himself away for the race itself, because Danger Times is 4th in the World Championship as it stands at the moment. Milan on pole position then for the 3rd time this season, for the 10th time in his career. Pease alongside him on row 1 there. There we go, to an all-out for Romeo. Row 2 is Scott and Pillars in 3rd and 4th position. German is in 5th with Sloth in 6th position there. German's 2 points away from Emerson in the World Championship. Can he overhaul him here tonight then? Emerson is behind his championship rival in 7th position. Having a bit of a disappointing qualifying for Emerson and missing a step or 3. 8th position there is Cowie with Cartboy and 9th and Jonathan in 10th position. Cartboy and Jonathan, Cartboy got in Jonathan's way there, but he has apologised, hasn't he? But Jonathan down in 10th position there. Danger Times stuck on the grid in 11th position. Hopefully he can get that car sorted. Luckily in the real world, he would have had to start from the back of the field then if that happened in the real world of Formula 1. 12th position is Troy Immortal in 13th with Dynamo Dan in 14th. A good performance in qualifying for Dynamo Dan. Tango unfortunately was in the wall quite heavily in 15th. 16th position is Gamer. He's going to be solid from the outset here. 17th position is Nigel, our bronze world champion. Dylan saying best of luck everyone. Staying with Serious Mushroom, a Grand Prix winner in silver as well. Good luck all. It's going to be tricky situations ahead there. Nigel in 8th, 17th position there. Murphy is in 18th as well. He's finished his ice cream now. He's in 18th and 19th is Liam. 20th position is Mr. Elite. 20 cars, well hopefully around Spielberg as well. There we go then for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm loving the I feel like the sun. I feel this like an evening race, isn't it? Here tonight in Australia. I'm loving the low sun in the sky. And how is that going to affect the drivers? I've asked a couple of times in ALR's history there about how that affects them, and they seem to say it doesn't affect them at all, which absolutely surprises me because when I usually have all kinds of trouble there when the sun's low, but that's just my excuse. Revs are on, and here we go then for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's lights out, and it's go, and here we go. Milan has had the perfect start, but Pease is still there. He is still there. We got 3 abreast going into turn 1 there, as the McLaren is on the outside. German's had a fantastic start as a Ferrari off the circuit there, and that's a Red Bull right in the back of the field. Dynamo Dad's had a pulling start, as we got Pillars and German who are side by side over the turn 2 as well. 3 I should say. Oh, that's a contact in the back there. It's Sloth on 3 went to the back of Pillars, and German there is got the ascendancy, he's got the line, and he's in 5th position. Soft in 6th then is Cartboy's got past Cowie as well. Cartboy's also got past Emerson as well. Emerson trying to go on the inside of Cartboy, and he might have the high ground. It's Emerson and Cartboy are going side by side then here, and look at this then, and going down into down. Oh, it's Emerson has gone wide then, and Emerson in the Ferrari has gone wide, and he's dropped down into 8th position there. So that's not good at all. Jonathan all over the back of the world champion, and as we're coming over the crest there as well, Milan has retained maintain this lead then. He leads the Austrian Grand Prix. We've got Danger Times and Cowie, who is side by side as well. Goodness me, and look on the outside. That's Cowie on the outside, but Danger Times has the highlight. I know Cowie's going to go up and over. That's a fantastic bit of racecraft power for Cowie. And it's going side by side, going into turn one. Lovely long shot here. Look at that then. And look how steep that hill is going into turn one. Pit stop, it's into the pits. It's Mr. Elite and Mortoys Liam. And down there. Unfortunately, we've got wing damage already then up and down the field. So we've got Jonathan, who's alongside Emerson. And Emerson is on the back foot on the opening stage of the Grand Prix. So we're going in at two. And Troy, he's got past two drivers. There's Cowie and Danger Times, I think, was looking at each other. And Troy is just a step by the boat from there. Great stuff indeed then. And now going in at two, a turn number 4. It is 4, so there's the Ferrari on the inside. As Danger Times is slamming the door shut on the Troy's toes there, isn't he? As goodness me, as the shaded, there's a lot of long shadows out there. Yellow flag in one then, as one of the Red Bulls is trying to come on the pits there. Unfortunately, so that's not good at all. It's a complete lap 2. This is a short lap, this one is, and so there's going to be a lot of lappage around here, isn't there? Now going over the hill again, there's that Red Bull of Murphy just having a sniff on the inside there, but no dice at the moment. So we've got the both Ferraris out down at the lower straight reach of the points at the moment. Now DRS has been enabled. How is this going to affect the race itself then? So we got Milan and Pease, Scott, Gurman, Pillars, Sloth, Cardboy, Emerson, Cox, Danger Times, Troy, Cowie, Nigel, Murphy, Tango, Gamer are all in the DRS zone then. And on the inside, that's going to be laid down for Jonathan there. And we've also got Nigel, who's up in the 13th finish as well. Now make that 12th then. As they're going wheel to it, and Cowie's dropped down to 30th finish now. He's having a bit of a difficult start in this Grand Prix. And now Nigel's lost the controller. And now Nigel's out. Oh gosh, there Cowie's goodness me, he's going to make the corner. He has, you know. He has. Brilliant stuff. Jonathan's dropped down the order because Danger Times now moved up in 2-9 finish there. Emerson's on the back foot at the moment. He's almost out of DRS range. A Cardboy as well. Goodness me, this is not good at all, is it? Beck saying the DRS train is incoming. Then oh no, it's shady out there as well. It is very shady. I don't think he means Eminem either. Of course, but I will if the real Slim Shady, please stand up then. We've got Murphy there. He's now in the 14th position, 13th position there. Yellow flag is, oh gosh, Tango and oh no, Tango and Gamer has come to blows. I think there's Thomas at the fast lap race there. I don't think there's damage. Oh my goodness, and that's a Mercedes outfit. That's leaving me out, just get out of the way. And look at this, I thought that was Pease, to be honest. And Pease is at the inside. Easy, not quite. Oh my gosh, that's Gurman. Gurman is the championship leader. He's throwing caution to the win. And Scott's been nerfed out the way. And Scott's dropping down the order. Cardboy is too far back to make a move at the moment. And we're back on board. Stuff having a look on the inside, but no dice about it. Yellow flag in sector 3 as well. It's Mr. Elite who's having a nightmare out there at the moment. An absolute nightmare. And I could certainly feel your pain, Mr. Elite, and anyone else have troubles out there. I've had the worst race ever in my league career here a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely incredible stuff. Indeed, back on board with Sloth. He is on the soft tires, remember Sloth is, so he has a pace advantage on paper anyway. Can he now use that pace advantage to go there? So Milan survives another lap, and he needed to break this DRS slipstream as quickly as possible then. Look at these cars, and this is incredible. Very close indeed. Mr. Elite is back in the pits. He's a lap down. We've got 2 drivers a lap down already after 5 laps, but that is due to their really appalling luck on the opening couple of laps here. Out of turn 1 indeed. And there's Mr. Elite coming out of the pits. I thought that was Cowie for some reason there. And goodness me, then look at this. We've got more DRS slipstream in here. Haven't we going up in a turn number? As that soft out and look on the inside there. But no dice about it. As that Scotland in the boat. And there's Cardboy. Cardboy is still there. The Gamer's got past Tango and moved up into 50th position. Looking back now, we got Sloth, who's going to be very concerned about Scott's position at the moment now. He is a bit far back, isn't he, though, here in Austria. And oh my goodness me. Right then, I'll get to the comments in just a few moments then, because I am absolutely knackered at the moment. My goodness me, what an incredible start there. So we still got a big old DRS train at the moment, and so they're all in the DRS zone of each other, apart from Gamer and Tango, unfortunately spun in the turn. Oh my golly gosh, Scott, look on the inside. He's going for it. It's a soft tires falling off there, but he's gone for it nonetheless. And wow, now that's a bold manoeuvre there from Scott, isn't he? He's having a 5th position now. Of course, I think he might have been unhappy when when Gurman checked up the inside as well. We've also got Emerson, who has found those at feed. Oh, he spun. Emerson is spun. Oh my goodness me. Murphy, and Emerson's dropped down the order. Oh my goodness me, the double world champion is not having a good time. Mr. Lee's gone free, second penalty then. That's the first of the penalty so far. And oh my, and who's that? That's Jonathan there, forcing his nose on the inside there. And Troy also on a look as well. This is incredible. We got 30 more laps of this, haven't we? Oh my word, I'm not sure we're going to be able to keep up with this one. Oh my golly gosh as well. Look at this, we're going down into turn 4 as well. Oh, there's Murphy, he's up into the position. He is also, he has now got his ice cream there right on board of him. He is flying in the Honda Power Red Bull as well, brilliant. And he's now just outside the top 10. He's got the most driver of the day award so far this season with 4. Yes, indeed, he has. I'm looking at the wrong column, but yes, he has got 4. Brilliant. But anyway, this is not about driver of the day. There's no points for driver of the day, though, but there is points if Murphy can get past the Ferrari, or oh no, Scott has got a penalty, and that is crucial, especially of how close this race is at the moment. Mr. Lee set the fast lap race, he's flying out there. We've got 2 drivers then with Persimone and Murray's on look on the inside there, but Troy has the high drive coming into turn number 1. My word there. Oh gosh, I don't want to move because yeah, I'm not feeling very fresh. And I don't even know where I'm looking. Where am I looking? I'm looking here, I think, now, because this is the battle for the Grand Prix lead. And here's Pease. He is coming on the outside. He takes the lead from Milan. And Pease leads the Austrian Grand Prix. He's going for 2 wins in a row. And he's never won 2 wins in a row in his airline career. However, tonight could be the night then. Oh, my word, Dennis. Now on board in Milan, he has lost the lead then. He's just on pole position, as they. But it's not all done and dusted yet. And so let's see what Milan can do from here on in then. They fly past me as well. So as we got the soft runs with good Jonathan, Cart, Boy and Sloth are still in a very good reasonable position there. Gamer unfortunately had some issues there. Milan has also got 3-second penalty as well. There is Pease, yellow flag, that's a Mercedes right off the circuit there. And that's Liam Yeo, who's having a nightmare race out there, and unfortunately he is down in last position at the moment. Liam is there, and unfortunately even with a safety car, I think he might have a bit of troubles there. And Pease had an appalling exit out of turn 1 there, and that is really enticing. Milan is going for the lead again. He is going for the lead. There's Pillars as well. We got a 3-car battle for the lead. Then Milan takes the lead, and Pease is down in second position. That all stemmed from the pole and exit out turn 1, then plus up in the DRS, and it was Job's a good one. Bob's your uncle. Liam out of the Grand Prix. He is going to be very disappointed that then out of reach there as well. Unfortunately for Liam, then having a nightmare race, and Gamer's got a 3-second penalty as well. So we've got a brilliant queue of cars here. I'm loving this race so far. My goodness me, if you're ever watching a relaxing race to watch on that Sunday and you choose ALR, I think it's the wrong race to choose, because it's never a relaxing race on Sunday, is it? Goodness me. I think we need to have on a Saturday night, don't we? Because it's very much a groovy affair, isn't it, here in ALR Gold. Sloth is down in 7th position there. I was saying a couple of laps ago, which was probably completely wrong, but I thought the soft tires were going off, but they weren't. Now all of a sudden Sloth is dropping back once again, but I'm not sure if Sloth made a mistake or whatnot going up into turn 1 again then. So here we go then, look at the top 3 there. Once again some more slipstream, and Milan is back in the lead. However, he does have a 3-second time penalty, so does Nigel. And here's Pillars, and here he goes, that yellow flag and free. That's Aston Martin facing the wrong way. It is Gamer, it's free and burst at the top of the hill. Oh my gosh, and Milan is going to spin now. He has spun, and Pillars and Milan have come together. Oh, 3 drivers have come to blows. Oh my goodness me. And this is, oh gosh, and that is incredible. Milan is down in 30th position. Pease is down in 40th position. Pillars is down in 28th. Emerson, who was, of course, Emerson and Gurman there, who was on the back foot in this race, was all of a sudden found themselves, oh my gosh, look, there's Pillars there, he's slipping out, and someone is just, oh my gosh, oh my word there. And Emerson and Gurman, who were on the back foot in this race, and Gurman now finds himself in the lead of the Grand Prix. Oh, no way. And that is absolutely incredible stuff. Out of the final turn, Gurman leads. Scott second, Danger tries to third position. Sloth fourth with Cartboy fifth. Cox is in sixth position. Well, now Troy is seventh. And Murphy is eighth. Ninth is Nigel. 10th is Emerson. Cowie now just outside the points. Pillars in that position. 12th is Pillars, Pease and Milan. The top 3 who are battling for the race win. And goodness me. And Scott leads the Grand Prix here in Austria. But look, Gurman's going back on the inside. Danger tries on the outside. He's going to dance on the outside. outside, is he? Oh my goodness me, he is on the outside, he's got the ascendancy, he has the grip, he has the purchase, he has the track position, but does he have the position there? Because German is now back on the inside, they're shoving each other out the way, and now German's back on the inside, and Danger Times on the outside as well. It's not getting room, look left, it's the Williams car, and Danger Times needs to go up the inside there. He does go up the inside, he takes the position there, fantastic stuff indeed. Lap 10 out of 36, we've got so much more racing to go here in this race. This is ridiculous. And that yellow flag, and no, Nigel is dropping down the order by the looks at, and we got yellow flags out there for someone else, and Nigel's in the wall, and he's spun around, he's done a huge incident there. Yellow flag in free pit stop, his German's in the pits, and as Cartbush's got a 3-second penalty as well. Mortal is down in 14th position as well. German's in the pits, and goodness me. So I'm not sure, it's German in the pits because he's damaged his front wing. Just take a look now, that looks like a long stop there for German. That's a majorly long stop for German now. I think he has damaged the wing there. And we've got another McLaren coming in the pits as well, also getting wing damage as well. Murphy's now into a very solid 7th position. And of course, Murphy and Knowlesy was potentially could have and should have won the Grand Prix here a couple of seasons ago, didn't they? But unfortunately, rain on the final couple of laps out twice in a row cost them victory as well. And just now we've got Carboy gone up the inside. He is passing them in the third position. Past his teammate. Both of them are on the same type of tire at the moment. Jonathan's on a cracking race in the Aston Martin in 5th position, but he needs to watch that nose cone of the Aston Martin. Otherwise, he doesn't want to get damaged as well. Murphy, there he is in 7th position as well, doing an absolutely stupendous driving performance there from Murphy as they great stuff indeed. I'll come to your comments in a minute, guys. I'm so sorry. I can't look up, I can't look down from this race at the moment. Gamer's got another 3-second penalty. Was on board with his teammate. Liam has left the session there. He's going to be a bit disappointed with this one after having a bit of a nightmare race there. Mr. Lee, so that's the only retirement so far. We've got Mr. Lee on the Gamer, who I think are also having issues as well. This McLaren is having issues. It's German there. Oh, no way. And German there is going to... Slope is in the wall. He is out of the race there. Oh, goodness me. This is ridiculous as a safety car. And my gosh, and Danger Times has taken the lead in the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh, goodness me. And... Hopefully we can have a bit of decorum in this race, because my goodness me, it's been anything but decorum so far. 12 out of 36 here in this race, and oh my word, that gotta say, I really regretted having all me celebrations before the start of this race, and my gosh, I should have waited till after. Right, so it's a safety car here, and hopefully we can just settle down a bit now, because this has been absolutely incredible stuff. So Danger Times leads at the moment. Scott in 2nd with Carboy in 3rd and Jonathan in 4th position there. We've got pit stop drama because Dynamo Dan, Milan and Pease are in the pits there. German there, I think that this is going to be, that's the prayers of German. Pease is on the hard tyres now. We've got the leaders in the pits. Danger Times, Chaz in the pits. Carboy, Jonathan, Troy, Murphy, Emerson in the pits. Well, Emerson's going to be held up though by his teammate. Is any other teammates going to be held up as well? Here comes the race leader. So into the pits now comes Danger Times then. Williams Mechanic's going to work on soft tyres then for the Grand Prix leader, and he comes out of the pits now. What about Scott? Scott is on medium tyres. I'm sure he stayed on the same compound of tyres, so he has to guarantee himself he's come back in for one more lap then. And into the pit, Emerson in the pits rather, but look at this, and the Ferrari mechanics are still trying to edge themselves back into position there. Tango in at 9th position as well, but he hasn't come in the pit yet. Now because the Haas mechanics going to work and changing onto those soft compound tyres before it gets out there. Pillars then, who has stayed on the medium tyres then, and he is going to be out right behind Emerson. And is it championship rival yet? Potentially, at the moment there, potentially, when Pillars at the moment is 58 points back in the championship, so Pillars does need Emerson to have a pole-in race or free, and does need to get himself back into this one. He was having a bad race today, Emerson was. Unfortunately, Pillars, Pease and Milan came to blows at the top of the hill, which wasn't very good, was it? So Becca's asked, when did Danger Times take the lead there? If he took the lead, I think when Sloth crashed, I think just a couple of moments ago there. Let me quickly catch up on the comments then, shall we? So Yeah, so DRS danger trade mode. And Becca saying this is man. They're saying close races always makes me dread tomorrow. It's absolute carnage, still insane. Indeed it is. Murphy may give miracles again as well for Becca saying 12th place and 10 ups. Chaz leading up the borough. Searchman saying Dan never fails to show up in the race time. It's crazy. Dylan saying it's all kicking off. Then Kagro Goku is Charlie Chaza. Indeed he is, and brilliant. Indeed this just gets better. Not for sure. No, I must enjoy the. I do enjoy carnage. I absolutely love it. I think we do need to calm down a bit then, because I think I've already left an imprint on me setting from my posterior region. Into the pits there comes Gurman then, and he is I think he's just coming to the pits as well. So this is a strategy call then. So what's he doing then? That 14 out of 36 then. He is on the medium tires. He's going to be able to get to the end of the medium tires from there. I have no earthly idea then. And that's the beauty about me on commentary, because I'll make it so exciting because I don't actually know what's going on. But there we go. But of course I do need help in the comments. And if someone can let me know if the medium's going to go to the end, I would hazard a guess to say yes. But that is completely that is not an educated answer whatsoever. That is just me putting my finger in the air and hoping for the best. So let's take stock then. We're on lap 14 and we've had absolute drama in this race. We've had instant galore. As well. It is danger times in the Grand Prix. He's on soft tyres, and Scott, who's in second position, he's on the medium tyres. I'm sure that Scott started the race on the medium tyres as well, so he's going to guarantee himself to come back in the pits. Carboy in third position again. showing his mettle here. Fantastic. Fourth position is Jonathan. This is best race so far in his season in Aston Martin, and this is good to see Jonathan back at the thick end where he belongs. Fifth position is Troy. Sixth is Murphy. Soft tyres for Troy and Murphy, Cowie and Emerson there. I think that all those drivers are going to need to come back into the pits then. Saying yes, it will go to the end of the race, and goodness gracious me, am I right then? Of course I'm right, but I'm not right because I knew I'm right. I'm right because I was a guess. So Dylan there confirming that the medium tyres will get to the end then. Where the soft tyres get to the end then, I am a little unconvinced, but perhaps that remains to be seen then. Pillars there on the medium tyres that is Dylan, the bronze world champion, is just confirmed. As the bronze champion is just confirmed then that the medium tyres will get to the end then. We have got Pillars in 9th position. 10th is Tango. Nigel in position. Milan is in the pits as well, and so we got another driver in the pits, and that's Mr. Elite then, who's also in the pits. Fair play to Mr. Elite, by the way. He's a lap down and he's still carrying on, and he's got more metal than me. Into the pits there goes Milan. He's also on soft tyres as well in the Haas car. Milan was the pole sitter. Unfortunately, he was getting a bit too robust at the beginning of the top of the hill there, wasn't it? Liam saying the worst race I've done on any F1 game. Haha. I completely agree with you. To be honest, Liam, you can't be any worse than my race here. I've spun so many times, and even though there were safety cars galore, I still ended up being so many laps down as well. It was quite a appalling race, so that is the worst race I've done on any game ever. And I started racing on F1 games back in '95, so there we go. That includes my poor attempt to win the World Championship with the Simtech with Jos Verstappen. So there we go. As for some reason I liked pain back when I was younger. I don't know why that happened. I had much more success when I was Olivier Panis in '97, but I still didn't win the title. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the race, shall we? As we're on lap 15 out of 36 there. I smashed my mic once again, and I need to find a better place to put this mic, which I know it goes around my head, but maybe I should put on the opposite side, as I seem to like to wave my hands on the left-hand side. Anyway, let's get back going, shall we? Danger Times is the leader of the Grand Prix. He's on fresh, soft tyres there, and but the driver's running on medium tyres are good. Watch out for Troy, Milan, Cowie, and Emerson, and Tango as well, because they're all on those soft tyres now. We're going to be back racing again, and I needed that safety car. I think the drivers might need it as well. We're back racing here in Austria, and what an incredible opening 14 laps we've had. Bernd Mylander, he has done it, and he is back in now. Then now we're on lap 60 of this race, and I misread Sirius Rush's comment there, so we're not going to talk about that as we're carrying on the race for a minute. Sirius Rush said, "I love Panis." He just said, "Don't read that wrong." I did straight. I looked at it straight away, and I was like, "Oh gosh." Anyways, we're going up the hill as well. Emerson then, he's on the ascendancy, but he hasn't got DRS yet. We have to wait for him 3 laps in for the DRS to be activated, and then we'll see how that one goes. And at the top of the hill as well for Emerson, but at the moment he is stuck down in the middle, in the mid pack then as well. Coming as we've got Cali in 7th position as he's giving Murphy some calls for consider as well. Tango dropping down the order. That's quite surprising for Tango, as Nigel's moved up in the 4th position. As Tango got some mission in that Haas car because he's on the soft tyres, and I was expecting the soft tyres to really start to be beneficial for the drivers who just put them. Oh, that's Jonathan! Jonathan is off the circuit there in the Aston Martin. He was standing up in the seat of that car, but now he is off the circuit, and he's just letting everyone go past it. Very good stuff indeed there for Jonathan, but that is not good at all, is it? Because that is a major blow for Jonathan Danger Time to set the fast out of the race. Tango struggling at this stage of proceedings there. What's happened to Tango? Is those tyres not up to temperature or something? Either way, he's struggling because Molto is now dropping down the order. Right, got yellow flags there. Sorry, Molto up to 10th position there. And the yellow flags there is Jonathan there is had another problem there in the back of the field. What a shame there for Jonathan there. He was having a drive. He's on a stupendous performance, I'd say. Unfortunately, that's not the case at the moment. Emerson is now in 7th position there as he is trying to get himself back from the field as well. Cowie and Emerson then are going to be fighting then for all the marbles now, or for 6th position anyway. And just coming in to turn at number 4 as well. It's off camber turn 4, isn't it? It's a close battle on track at the moment. And it's so we've got a bit of a car here at the moment. And Danger Time is going for a second Grand Prix win. He's extending this lead to 1.6 seconds there from Scott in second. Carboy in 3rd position. He's dropping off the side. Troy has lost to 2.1 seconds. The soft tires are not fired up like I thought they would here. Apart from Danger Times, the other drivers have not really taken off like I thought they would there. Goodness me. Side pod damage there. Dylan is saying side pod damage for Troy, for Tango, I think then. So that is a major blow. We had Knowles who had rear wing damage in it. That's a new damage model here on this game, and unfortunately Tango is a victim of that damage model as well. Oh goodness me! So it's going to be a tough old race there, isn't it? For Tango. And what a shame! That's such a shame now for Tango, isn't it? That's very disappointing. Tango has suffered got diffuser damage from turn 1. That one there. So just want to say side pod damage is a horrible. Diffuser is 2 then. So yeah, that's just to confirm then that Tango has damage there. Troy has got it's Troy and Murphy. Murphy's the only driver apart from Danger Times to fire up those soft tires by the looks of things. All the other drivers are really struggling at the moment because look, they're almost 2.5 seconds away from Carboy, who's in 3rd position. Scott also in 2nd position as well. So this is very unusual there. It's gone complete opposite, hasn't it? It's gone the complete opposite there. You're expecting the soft tires to really take off, but that hasn't been the case, has it? So then Karen Murphy there now pull away then. So Troy is now going to start to be the cork in this bottle, I feel, because I don't think Troy's got much more pace out of this Ferrari at the moment. And Cowie, who hasn't got any points yet in this championship campaign, at the bottom of the standings at the moment. Cowie is there. Let's see then if he can finish off this race strongly. He started off the race very strongly indeed. We now have DRS as well. It's activated as well. Yellow flag in 1. There's a Pillars. Pillars is off there. Oh no! And Pillars has spun around in turn 1 there. Molto's gone up into 8th position as well. It's a nightmare race for several drivers out there tonight. German having a look on the inside. Milan is also having a look as well. There's contact there between Milan and German going into turn 3. But German there just about keeps it in the on the straight and narrow as well. My golly gosh, said back at this battle here. We've got a queue now starting to form then. As Molto has just got Party Nigel there, but Nigel there is not giving up, is he? Had a pole in qualifying, but the race at the moment the race he's looking much more at home, isn't he? Emerson now also all over the back of Cowie as well, as I've got to say Emerson will be counting his lucky stars here tonight, as counting his lucky stars tonight. All these for most of his championship roles seems to be on an absolute mare of it tonight, haven't they? Goodness me. But Emerson has been a bit beyond the 8 ball so far, but he's in 7th position at the moment and the double world champion. He's got no penalties either, and of course Emerson's very good at not getting penalties, I should say that. He's gone very wide then. Murphy has also found himself back now with the centre of attention now of Cowie and Troy as well. Now we're going to have where is it? I can't even see Murphy. Where's he gone then? He's on the inside there. Cowie's got to have the advantage. He does. He's now up into 6th position there. 5th position. Cowie is there, and Troy is up to 4th, and Dan has dropped down. Murphy has dropped down into oh my gosh there. As Dynamo Dan is now going with the 30th position as well. Murphy. So we've got Milan and Dynamo here at the inside. Then Milan is Dynamo is handled it. Then Dynamo Dan then, who is really fighting hard, isn't he? There between Milan and Dynamo. Of course, both drivers are starting at near. I think Milan was pole position. Dynamo Dan was down in 14th. Nigel, is that Nigel? It is Nigel. Oh no! And Nigel, the world champion of season 1, has gone into the war. And that is not good, is it? And he comes back. He's on the escape road, man. Nigel is there. Oh my goodness me! What a shame for Nigel. Back with this battle here then between Cowie and the yellow flags is for Nigel's recovery McLaren. We're just taking a look there and look at this. Troy has got out to defend then. and Troy can't defend him because Cowie's now doing a solid 4th position there. Murphy's on the look on the inside here. Pease has got over to 9th position there. Pease has, and of course, is Pease on the hard tar, so I would say that we know that the hard tar should get to the end then. Whether though he can keep that 9th position though remains to be seen as well. And look at the cars all over the show at the moment, and goodness gracious me. Oh, and up to 2 seconds to gap is now is that Milan has got past German. German's on 7 lap medium tires, and Milan is on the 5 lap soft tires. And so what can Milan do then? And there he is now as we got Tango, who's not too far in front of his teammate there. But as we heard, he's got side pod and diffuser damage, hasn't he? As we heard there in the comments, great stuff indeed. Keep your oh no, Milan is off the circuit there, and he's gone off in a major way. I think he's had a swapper there because he was poisoned the complete wrong way. He's now recovered back onto the circuit, down in 15th position. Milan is, and it's all going horribly wrong, isn't it, there for Milan? What a shame then. Oh dear. Now we've got Emerson then, who's all over the back of Murphy as well in the Ferrari against the Red Bull, but Murphy is not interested in the Ferrari behind him. He's only interested in the Ferrari in front, and he is alongside Troy up the inside. But Troy, Murphy's got to squeeze him out there, and he did squeeze him too much there. But Troy had to take to the escape road, and now here comes Emerson as well. So Troy, I think, is backed off there, and he's going to let his teammate through there. The gold, the championship, the champions of the team champions here of Troy and Emerson. Emerson, the gold champion, was Troy is the silver champion there. Incredible stuff when that was drawn, wasn't it? Brilliant. Tango, even though he's got damage, look at that. The understeer on that car is absolutely appalling. Now the car has refused to turn left there in a left-hander. And if German there, and yellow flag in free is that's the leader. That's the leader. Danger Times has had some issues there. Danger Times has had some issues there. And he's off the circuit there. They're falling by the wayside here. Race control as Immortal's got some issues there. And Danger Times is in the pits there. Lap 23 out 36 there. Sloth is left the session there. Sloth is down in, he's out of the Grand Prix. Sloth is there. And Danger Times there. Oh, goodness me. I'm not sure what's happening there. Murphy has got past Cowie and moved up into 4th position. I think he has. He has indeed that. Cowie dropping down to 4th and Murphy on the 3rd. This is the battle for the Grand Prix lead. Scott and Cartboy have now won a Grand Prix before. Nor is Murphy, nor is Cowie either. Oh my goodness me, this is a golden opportunity for someone to take their first Grand Prix win tonight then. As the door is gaping open there for someone, is there? Who is going to take the advantage here? Who is going to grab this race by the scruff of their neck, by the horns, isn't it? In the Red Bull ring as well. So that's quite apt, isn't it? Wow, incredible. We got just now watching Tango. German is now put in 9th position, trying to recover any ground that he's lost as quickly as possible then. But at the moment there, he is not going to be able to regain the World Championship because Emerson is back into 5th position there. He'll be in 4th, and he's still within striking distance of the top 2 as well. We've got penalties. Murphy's got no penalties at all, so keep an eye on that one. Scott has got another penalty, and that puts Scott up into 6 games worth of penalties, whilst Cartboy only has 3. Oh my goodness me! It is going to be who is going to be the driver with the least amount of mistakes is going to win this one, I think. And Cowie's back up into 3rd position. He's driving beautifully tonight. Cowie's, that's Emerson! Emerson's up the inside there, but Murphy is having none of that then. Of course, Murphy, a very experienced campaigner. He has the most starts in ALR gold history, and he is trying to defend the inside here of Emerson, and he does indeed that. That is 96 Grand Prix star experiences out for Murphy. He's 4 away from his 100th star in gold. Incredible, isn't it? That, goodness me, absolutely fantastic stuff. And here he is, and we're on board with him now in the Red Bull ring as well. Everyone in front of him has penalties, and Murphy doesn't at the moment. And Cowie then, who's just going on the inside. Is he coming in the pits there, Cowie? Is that? Yeah, yes, they're all in the pits, and so the soft runners there are coming into the pits, and so I think the soft tires not doing too many laps here. And then now we got Emerson and Troy. I think they're going to be on soft tires now until the end of the Grand Prix as well. The Pro Ferraris are quite close together, and I wonder if they're going to work together just to tow each other along. And Cartboy up the inside, not quite, and he's not close enough, is he? Unfortunately, so Troy's going to stick behind Emerson for the moment, and I think that's a sensible option, isn't it? Now Pease is coming to 5th position here with German in 6th then. So Pease, this is not all over there for German and Pease, and they have elected for the longer strategy at this stage. Look, there's Danger Times has gone to the medium tires at the end race, and Murphy's out right behind the former race leader. That is how much time that the Danger Time lost in that spin. But again, it's not all over, is it? Yellow flag in sector 1. There's one. The Haas car's gone right off there. That's Milan. He's off there. And Milan is having a nightmare race, isn't he? Down in the 60th position. So is Jonathan as well. But I think that another safety car could really bring anyone back into this race, can they? Do incredible stuff indeed. And it says, do we get a montage when we reach 100? Yes, indeed, they will. Ask our social media manager, as German's got a 3-second penalty. Carboy still leads. Chaz coming into the pits. Well, Emerson is also in the pits. Chaz is going on to the soft tires to the end of the Grand Prix. They should easily do enough. Emerson is in the pits. Well, the world champion, the double world champion, then in the pits on a new set of soft tires to the end of the race. Pitters also coming in the pits. Here comes Cowie coming. Cowie, there he is. What about Danger Times? What about Murphy as well? And Emerson's had a great inlet outlap, hasn't he? But I don't think it's enough. It is not enough. And he's out side by side with Murphy then. Oh my goodness me. And hopefully they don't come to blows, otherwise they might be off each other's Christmas card list then for this at the end of the season. And up the inside there, and Danger Times there, who's going to lose 2 positions. I'm thinking this exchange, he has lost 2 positions, unfortunately. And Emerson is now in the 9th position, down into 10th there. Goes down into 10th there, goes Danger Times as well. Oh goodness me, he's going on the outside there. And Emerson's been sandwiched there, between Murphy and Danger Times here, and now Emerson's now got the high ground. He has the tyres, and he also has the high ground as well. He is through. Good stuff indeed there. Just rush fast. Do we get a montage for anyone who reaches the 100? Indeed you do, my good sir. Of course, our social... Nigel set the fast lap of the race, so that's a bonus point for Nigel as well. You get points, don't you, wherever you are in the field for fast lap there. So it keeps the drivers very much intrigued in the Grand Prix. Just trying to reply to Mushroom's comments as quickly as I can then. Yes, guys, Murphy's not at the fast half of the race. German is alongside Pease. He's not anymore because he's past Pease and he moves up into 2nd position there. Cardboy still leads the Grand Prix. He is not going to the pit yet, has he? Let me finish my question. Let me finish my answering then. And then we'll talk about the race again. Oh, my goodness, there's sparks all over. No, not because Emerson's now got past. He's now got past Murphy. Emerson's now in the 7th position and Murphy jumped down to 8th then. Danger Times in 9th as well. And Cowie is you got yellow flag in 1 then as one of the as Mr. is out of the Grand Prix, and that's a safety car right in the firing line as well. So that's a safety car, and Carboy is just coming over the crest of the hill as well. That is exactly what he wanted there. Into the pits there comes Jonathan there, and Milan is also just out right behind the safety car into the pit. Drive through penalty there for Dynamo Dan, then that is not good at all, is it? So who is going to come into the pits then? So we got all the top runners. German, Total Peace in the pits, Gamer in the pits as well. Scott is staying out because he's just coming to the pits, and this might be a advantage to Charlie Scott here as he is coming down the pit. He's coming down the start finish straight as well. And there he is. Where's Gamer? Where's Cardboy? There he is. But Scott takes the lead. But yes, he does. Scott takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Emerson is now in the 3rd position with Murphy in 4th, German in 5th, 6th is Troy's in 6th position now. Also in 7th with Total Peace at 8th, Tango in 9th, Gamer in 10th position, Cowie 11th, Danger Times in 12th position, Pillars in 12th position now, I should say that. And I think the safety car has let these drivers go. They have with Imlan and Milan Johnson and Don McDonald just coming into the pits as well. And Serious Merchant saying, do we get a montage for 100? Yes, indeed, that our social media manager will be putting that together, of course, for anyone who reaches 100 races in their particular league, of course. And so Murphy is about 4 races rated. And I think that someone hit I think Gunnar hit and Murphy hit their 100 races in all forms of LR racing ages ago then. But Murphy is 4 away from reaching their 100 races and in gold in 4 races time. So if Murphy so that will be, hang on a minute, what race are we on now? Austria, haven't we? Yes, we are in Austria. So this is the 96. So Britain 97, 98th is Belgium, 98th is Hungary, 99th is Belgium. So it'll be the Dutch Grand Prix where Murphy will break that 100 streak. Will be the 100th Grand Prix there. So put mark down your calendars, all you Murphy fans out there. Yes, good stuff indeed there. For Murphy, and what I've got to say after watching the Dutch Grand Prix today, then I think that's the perfect place to have the 100th race then. So 6-second penalty though for Scott as Welshman has just said up the borough. We got 6 seconds of penalties there for Scott, then 3 seconds for Carboy. Emerson and Murphy have got no penalties at all. Keep an eye on those two. German have got 3-second penalties. Troy's got no penalties. Nor has Pillars and Danger Times either. 9 seconds for Cowie, unfortunately 6 seconds for Gamer, 6 seconds for Milan and 12 seconds for Nigel, unfortunately. So the drivers that have penalties, then I think that might be painful. Seriously saying Aguna's going to need a few thousand. He needs a few thousand. He needs a medal. Then, oh yeah, I need to actually go tally how many races Guna's on then. But he was on 100 quite a while ago, was it? Halfway through last season, and so he's raced in every single race since then as well. Because I think Guna's only ever missed one race, and I think that he missed that one race because he was a very naughty young man, wasn't he? Anyway, so we're now on lap 29 out of 36 here in the Austrian Grand Prix. I think we're going to have one more lap beyond the safety car now. It's going to be a sprint finish. We're going to have 5 laps then to go in this race, 6 laps to go in this race. And Emerson there, who's had probably one of his worst races of his ALR career, I would hazard a guess, and maybe not of his career, but certainly of this season, and he's had quite a difficult race as well. He could win this race, and Becca's completely agreed with me. Emerson could make a remarkable recovery and win then. Indeed he can, and I can't believe it now. Goodness me. Of course, the lack of penalties again, then, hasn't it? It's really helped Emerson, hasn't it? So good stuff. He was all at sea, wasn't he, earlier on this race, and now all of a sudden he can could potentially be on the cusp of winning his second Grand Prix of his season there. My golly gosh, how has that come about then? Fantastic stuff indeed then. Right then, lap 30, I think 31 we're going to be back racing then, so let's take stock then. Charlie Scott leads the Grand Prix with Carboy in second, Hilton in third position with Murphy fourth, Gurman in fifth, Troy is sixth, O'Morsehall in seventh, Pease is in eighth position, ninth is Tango, Gamer in 10th position, just outside the points is Cowie in 11th, Pillars in 12th position, Danger Times is in 13th with Dynamo down in 14th, Milan down in 15th with, oh no, Nigel's gone to blows with Milan there, Nigel in 16th position there, and Jonathan in 17th as well. And I think that's just going to be Nigel's on 22 seconds worth of penalties, and that is quite a lot there. It's quite a lot indeed. Goodness me, I've just looked down. There's a paragraph there. Jonathan saying my car is crippled, but he's not giving up, and that is exactly what you need to be. Exactly what you need to do. I think Jonathan and Tango's cars are very heavily damaged. I think there's a lot of cars out there that is damaged after the race we've seen. Incredible stuff indeed there. Charlie's saying that was absolutely horrendous. I had a rear wing damage from the first few laps. Cars are drivable. Had to go to the last corner without spinning. Awful race there. As I said, I say loads of penalties. Coxey keep pushing. Mr. Elite has left the session there, and of course Mr. Elite there having a nightmare race there, unfortunately. But fair play to you for staying in it there, because that's absolutely good stuff indeed there. Really impressive to say the least. We're back racing it. So Scott and Carboy now needs to race in front of Emerson there. Carboy needs 3 seconds deficit over Emerson, whilst Scott needs a 6-second deficit over. We're back racing, and Nigel's coming to the pits. He is having a nightmare Grand Prix as it's really tight between the Gamer and Tango going into turn 1 there, but I think that we got no DRS for the first couple laps then, so within 3 laps then we'll have DRS set, and we'll have another DRS train as well then, so this is going to be good stuff. Jonathan's got past Milan, as Milan is both of them have dropped right down the order, haven't they? Danger Times is on the inside, Pease is Pease on the outside as well. I'm not sure, did someone go into the back there as well whilst I was distracted then, but my goodness me, Cowie is all over the back of Gamer as well. Gamer's on the cusp of getting some points there. Remember on his Twitter, he wanted to get some points anyways, in the thick of things at the moment, and Cowie's had a great race, he deserves points then, but of course they get handed out after 26 laps then. We've got another 5 to go, haven't we, before he can go for that one. Here is Cowie as well, on board with Cowan, and right underneath the gearbox of Gamer as well. Good as well, got Goon on the brain now. Of a Gamer as well. Then we go over the crest of the hill there, but currently no dice. And absolutely incredible stuff here in this race. Like Emerson Mona, if the race finished now, Emerson will be winning the Grand Prix because he's got no penalties. The front 2 have penalties. 6 seconds for Scott, 3 seconds for Carboy. Both those 2 drivers now going to. Oh, Carboy's got another penalty, and now Emerson is in the ascendancy. And can he win this Grand Prix from absolutely nowhere? Which will be absolutely extraordinary. That'll be an absolutely incredible race. Oh, we've had a bang from the rear there from Cowie on Gamer there. Luckily though, I don't think that there's any too much damage there, but we fouled out, didn't we? And Gamer's gone from attack, has gone from defense to attack in the twinkling of an eye. He's having a look on the inside of turn 4. Sparks all over the show, aren't they? As the cars that are still bottoming out on this very up and down circle, and I've got to say, it's life is like a roller coaster, as Roland Keaton says in and it certainly is here in the roller coaster ride of the A1 ring of the Austrian Grand Prix here in ALR. And I've got to say, this is probably one of my most incredible races I've commentated on, and so much so that oh goodness me, I got to say, I am absolutely knackered. I'm normally knackered anyway. DRS has not been enabled. Then here we go. Then lap 33 out of 36. Then Dynamo Dan's back in the pit. So Jonathan is up into 14th position now. Jonathan is not giving up, as you mentioned in the comment section. Some Detroit's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles as well. Here comes Gurman, and Gurman is now slipstream as well. We've got yellow flag in 1. What's happening in 1? It's danger times. I think it's off the circuit there. And on the outside goes Gurman. He is through, passes Murphy, and we've got a great battle here between Cowie, who is well off the circuit there, and he comes back on the circuit there. There's Gamers in front now. Where this is the battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Tango's lost 2 positions here, and this exchange out, and Cowie's on the inside, Gamers on the outside, Pillars is also involved as well, but Pillars and Tango and Pillars and come the blows there. Oh my gosh, there. That's a shame in itself. I think that really sums up Pillars and Tango's Grand Prix, doesn't it? Troy has lost position. There's Pease! Oh my gosh, and Pease, that's a high spin there for Troy and Pease. And oh my goodness me, Troy is left for session there. He is furious with that action there. And we got P. Gurman has got fast on, and Pease is out of the Grand Prix. And he's gone off. I'm not sure where he's gone off. We've also got Haas off the circuit as well. Gurman is fighting as hard as he can, and he wants to get past Emerson. Emerson with 3 laps to go. Can he win the Grand Prix for Emerson there? I must say, that'll be absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Look at the penalties, and these are the penalties Gurman needs to catch, get past all 3 cars if he wants to win this Grand Prix, and then run away with it as well. I can't believe we've only got 4 retirements so far. I've got 5 now because Troy's out of the Grand Prix as well. And there's all kinds of action going on in the background, but I'm looking at the throw ground here. Then Emerson's got the penalties as it ends. Lap 34 out of 36 here in this incredible race. Oh my word! Then Bailey, all the time you must leave the space. Then and unfortunately the space wasn't left there. Was in the exchange between Troy and P0 was there. So both cars out of the Grand Prix on board with Gurman. Gurman is going for it as well. He is right underneath the gearbox down for Emerson, but Emerson's like no dice as we into turn 9 and 10. That 35 out of 36 currently at the moment is between Murphy and Emerson, and it could be win the Grand Prix, but Gurman there is alongside Emerson. Emerson knows that Gurman has to find 3 seconds in this Grand Prix if he wants to win this one as well. So Gurman, Pillars just got a 3-second penalty. That's his first 3-second penalty of the first 3-second penalty of its race as well, and going up the hill as well. Carboy, I think he's taking himself out of the Grand Prix win. Unfortunately, that's a lot of sparks from Charlie's car there. I hope he hasn't got damaged. It doesn't look like it. He's still in decent speed in the Alfa Romeo. And here is in Gurman there at the moment. He is finishing third. He is finished on the podium. Gurman is our baby. A bit disappointed at the moment. And Emerson is going to extend his lead in the World Championship somehow from about 30 laps ago. I would have been impressed if Emerson finished in the top 5. Incredible stuff here, but now he's on the cusp of a Grand Prix win. We've got 1 more lap to go then. I'm on the edge of my seat then. Well, whatever I'm selling at the moment now, goodness gracious me. And on board there with Gurman once again, and out of the final turn, and Scott leads on yellow flag said it's one of the, oh no, Milan is off the circuit there, and Milan's difficult race there is, I think he's dropped out of the points as well, but he's got 11 seconds worth of penalties as well. Gurman's oversteered well off the circuit there, and he has lost an abundance amount of time, and now Emerson there, and there's Murph in the background, Scott has lost the lead there, that is also going to lose position as well. Look at this in the background there, as Gurman is running into the gear box as well. I think that Gurman wishes that there was, I think that Gurman has the pace over Emerson, but unfortunately he's got 2 cars in front of him there, and this is a short lap as well, so Gurman ain't going to be able to do it, unfortunately, and for his sake, for his point of view then, and oh gosh, I thought it's going to be a carbon copy of what we seen a minute ago in between Pillars, and between Tango and Pillars, I think it was that, and Immortal is now up here, down in 7th position. He's dropped down the order. Gamers down in the 6th position as well, as we're a lovely high shot as well, going into the final couple of courses. Well, this is the final lap of the Grand Prix as well, and Gurman's having a look at it, but oh gosh, there, he's going for it, he's sending it, but I don't think it's enough. This is the last corner, and Emerson is going to win the Austria Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me, he's 0.4 of a second away from Murphy in the end now. How was that? That was absolutely incredible, wasn't it, from Emerson there? And I think Emerson was on the back foot today, and I think that his rivals there just imploded, didn't they? All his rivals just imploded on the side of the track there, and this is absolutely incredible. Cowie gets his first points of the season there. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Jonathan also getting a lovely hatful of points as well. He'll be overjoyed with that as well. So Jonathan getting points in Austria and here tonight in Austria. So any trucks begin with A, wow, he's going to be loving that, isn't he? But today is Emerson's day. His second Grand Prix win of his season, and that is his 32nd Grand Prix win of his career as well. I would say that's probably in his top 5 for his best Grand Prix wins. I would say that's probably one of his best. Murphy driver today then. Incredible stuff. Serious Mushroom, what a race though. It really was indeed then. Absolutely incredible stuff. Indeed it was. There is Emerson there. He is on top of the podium now. And my word that if I was a better man, I would have probably lost all of my fortune and then some about 30 laps to go. Incredible stuff there as he is on top step of the podium. That's the second Grand Prix win of the season as well. Murphy getting his first, I think that's his first podium of the season tonight. And so good stuff indeed there for Murphy in the Honda powered Red Bull here in the Red Bull ring as well. And oh gosh, who's third? Gurman's in third position. There he is there. But I think that Gurman maybe ruined that 3-second penalty as well, as Emerson is actually extended his lead in the World Championship. Let's take a final look at the classification, shall we, from the Austrian Grand Prix. Hats off to the drivers to get pounded today, then, like Emerson and Murphy, which really is sending up the order. Emerson, his 32nd Grand Prix win of his career here, and a brilliant drive here in Austria as well. Second position was Murphy today from 18th to 2nd. Driver of the day as well. That ice cream is really doing him good service. Third position was Murphy, Carboy in 4th, Scott in 5th position, Immortal, great drive in 6th, Cox in 7th, Gamer in 8th, then Pillars in 9th, Cowie in 10th position. Outside the top 10 is Dynamo down 11th, Milan in 12th, then 13th, Troy, Danger Times 14th, Tango 15th, Nigel in 16th position, retirements as Total P's Elite, and Sloth will retire then from the Austrian Grand Prix, as well as Troy also out as well after he left the session. I've got the drivers in the commentary box now, and got to say, guys, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed today. Fantastic. Let me just make sure I got my sound up, and then we'll go from there. Gives me time to actually sort myself out as well. Well done, Emerson. I would say that's your best Grand Prix win of your career, or at least in the top 5. Will you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely one about to earn. Goes up there with Spain a few seasons ago, with the pitting for the softs towards the end. But yeah, it was a really, really hard race. I mean, I did not feel like I had the pace to even be in the top 5 after that Q3 session. So obviously, I had a really tough start to the race, to be honest. I had the soft runners around me at the beginning, and they were kind of a pain in my backside, to be honest, because they were just. I felt like I had decent pace with them, but they were able to get so much better exits off all of the major traction zones that. Yeah, I just kind of had to focus on keeping it clean and not fight them too hard and lose too much time to the guys ahead. But I did get quite lucky with obviously timings of safety cars and everything. But yeah, obviously it came down to penalties, and I was quite lucky with that as well, because I had 2 warnings for pretty much the majority of the race. So I was kind of squeaky bum time, especially when it came towards the end, when I realised that the others around me all had penalties, and they probably didn't have too many laps and time to make up the gap of the penalties that they had. But yeah, me and Dan both have had a really, really great race, especially Dan from pretty much the back of the grid. Yeah, we just kind of had to try and keep it clean, and there was a lot of good racing involved in the middle of it as well. So yeah, it was a really fun race actually.
Talk about your qualifying first, because you was on the 4th row of the grid, which that's quite far back compared to where you normally start. What happens in qualifying?
I'm not really sure, to be honest, because I felt like I've done well. I didn't do too much practice, but I don't know. I just couldn't get the lap hooked up. I don't know if it was set up, but I did try and fine tune it the other day, but I don't know if it's just because I've not done too much practice today that I wasn't properly in the zone for quali. But yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of struggling with the whole pace of this game, to be honest. I need to kind of get a lot of practice in, or wait for the performance patch to come in. I think it's in October or something, I think it is. So either got to wait for that, or trying to put in the hours, because obviously there's drivers like Milan, unfortunately, obviously didn't have a great race today, but they're a lot faster in quali, which obviously coincides to being faster in the race. So yeah, I think that's definitely something I need to work on, but I just need to keep it being consistent like today and keeping it clean. I think it'll be pay off in the long run.
And how much does it affect your psyche? You said you was literally one warning away from getting a penalty from the early stages of the race. How difficult was that to keep your mind on it, knowing? And did you know about the carnage that was going on around you with the top three coming to blows and things like that? Did you know anything about what was going on?
Well, yeah, obviously it did massively affect you because you kind of got to go into, especially turn one and the last sector, a little bit cautious, but not obviously don't want to lose too much speed. And I wasn't well, I knew they kind of came together, but I didn't really know what happened too much. I was just trying to focus on not getting that last warning and then just trying to do the best I possibly can because I mean that's all you can really do at the end of the day. I mean, it was kind of my own fault when I spun in the first corner, kind of tried to send it up the front inside of two cars, and yeah, I just kind of tried to battle through the field and be on the right tyre at the right time for safety cars and everything. And I had Alex and the others in the pie with me, then kind of helped me out as well. So yeah, it was just a kind of contribution of all of that information kind of going. I mean, I did get a bit lucky, but I feel like it was probably a bit of karma for the races of earlier on in the season that didn't go my way. So I feel like I've kind of got the ground back now that I kind of fell bound a bit earlier on.
Well, indeed, ever said your 32nd Grand Prix win the season. I said that ranked probably quite high up. Where would you rank that?
Yeah, I think it's in top five, but there's definitely a couple of more favourites up there. Just, I really, really want to win next weekend because it's one of the few tracks that I've not actually won around. So I'm gonna be sweating a lot throughout the next week to make sure that I'm up on the pace for Silverstone next week.
Well, as much as I'm sweating at the moment, but of course that's a different kind of sweating. Well, done indeed, everything fantastic. Let's come to Dan then, who was second today. Dan, you do make a habit of having driver of the days today. I have mentioned about your ice cream power that you went to have in qualifying, but 18th to second today. Emerson was was only a warning away from getting a corner cut. How did you keep your psyche, and how close were you from getting that 3 second penalty, which could have changed the whole race?
I only had one warning the whole race, and I got that near the beginning. So I was happy with my pace, happy with my car positioning, knew I could keep up and be cautious at the same time. So I used that to my advantage.
And of course, in the race there was absolutely incredible stuff. Same question I asked Emerson: did you know what was going on in the race then? Was you rubbing your hands then, figuratively speaking, because you wouldn't be able to drive? But was you rubbing your hands if about what was going on in the race? There was carnage everywhere. Did you feel that there was a podium or even a Grand Prix winner on the case?
Well, like Emerson said, we had Alex in the party who was running through the penalties periodically for us, which was a big help. But I just tried concentrating on not getting myself a penalty and just keeping up with the fast lads at the front.
We were talking about in the commentary there that the Dutch Grand Prix, if you don't miss a race, then the Dutch Grand Prix is going to be your 100th Grand Prix race starting ALR. You may get a podium before then, but I just want to know: what are you going to do special for your 100th Grand Prix?
Qualify.
Maybe qualify.
Oh God.
I mean, you can't really take in Zandvoort, so I might end up qualifying for it instead.
Oh, that's it. That's even better. And that's exactly what I want to hear. And just one more question then from me then. When do you think that race win is going to come? Because you've won in silver and bronze, and of course in gold today. You was quite close, 0.4 of a second away once again, and you've been close but no cigar. Is that a problem that is building up, or are you not bothered by this Grand Prix win?
I mean, there's people that are better than me in this league, and they're able to get podiums. I'll just get a podium when I can. I'm happy with that. I'm just having fun.
Lovely stuff, and that's what we want to hear. Well done, Dan. Brilliant. And let's come to German, who finished third today. German, you was at one point you was leading the World Championship quite nicely as well. You was happy in the top five, but it kind of all went a bit peak tong in that one. Talk us about your race.
Yeah, well, a good start. I had a little spin though towards the end of my first stint, so I boxed and then went on to softs, then boxed again for mediums, and then the strat was actually looking really good. You know, I've definitely podium was looking good. But then our last safety car come out, which kind of ruined my race. But I'm happy with third anyway.
When you say it ruined your race, did you think that you might have been able to get the Grand Prix win before if that safety car didn't come out?
Yeah, and get some points on Emerson because it's quite far back. But you know, it's how the game goes sometimes.
And I know, of course, looking back on the incidents and things like that. Say, did you? I'm good on because I got to say it's very difficult for me to keep up. Then, Emerson and Dan was being kept abreast about all what was going on. Was you also being kept up to date about all the troubles that was going on for the other drivers today?
Yeah, I got up to date with all the penalties. I took a bit of a risk trying to get past Pease because it was me and him for the race lead, and then I picked up the wall in there, and then obviously where the safety car bunches everyone up, it just kind of cancels everything out, and then you're just left with an extra 3 seconds. But I have to keep it in the track limits, I suppose.
What's your plan going forward? Because at the moment there, Emerson has extended the lead in the World Championship, but he's still very much in touch and distance. I think he's 12 points in front of you at the moment, which is absolutely nothing in this modern age of point scoring. What is your aim then going into Silverstone in a week's time?
Just get the win. Yeah, that's always the aim. Don't always work out, but it's a long season. And if you had told me at the start of the season I'll be this close, like midway through the season, I'd have took it. So there's a lot of races to like coming up, which I like and pretty good at. So I'll take it.
Brilliant stuff. Simple and elegant. That's what I like to hear. Right then, that is going to be it from here tonight in gold then. And I got to say, I'm going to lie down. Oh, my word there. We're back in action then for silver tomorrow. And I hope the silver is not as exciting. But having said that, I'm just being selfish. I want it to be more exciting, and I'm sure it will be. Join us tomorrow for 7:30, where the action takes place in Austria once again then. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.